What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we talk all things reality TV or whatever. I am your host, Sparrow. We are joined by our wonderful traitor, Lee.
Oh,
Lee, how
so
you
I'm a
doing?
traitor now.
I got your tea.
I'm the mole, bitch.
You want to be the mole?
I'm the mole.
But I got your tea. You're the traitor. It is you.
It is you. You're the shithole mole. You're the shithole traitor. I'm good. I'm doing good. We'll be covering episodes 4, 5, and 6. I'm loving the series so far. I think it's really, really cute.
Cute as fuck.
Now, some of the girls were saying that it's not as good as the UK version. Now, we did not watch her because we're not UK. And I did not know where the hell to watch that. But they're saying it's a little bit better. I feel like from what I read on Twitter, I think it's maybe not as messy. You know what I mean? Which makes sense because, there's a certain cast that you have to get for real trashy reality TV. And they only cast that with Brandy and Kate. So, I can see why it's not as... Because imagine if it was a bunch of Brandys and Kates on this cast. It would be nasty. It would be real nasty. But you have a lot of people who are just, following the leader.
Ooh.
No shade. But, thankfully, these like 3 episodes, a lot of the riffraff is out. Like,
they was getting
I feel like by the end of episode 6, it's like, okay, the players are in the game.
The people are here to play the game. Girl. So, we ended off episode 3 with Stephanie telling Mother Cerie some tea. Girl, if you don't remember, what had happened was Kate stood up. And when she stood up, her note fell out. And when her note fell out, Stephanie stood up. And when Stephanie stood up, she walked over there and grabbed that note. So she grabbed the note. It said people's names. It said Shelby. It was crossed out. And it said Amanda under there. So Stephanie told Cerie that tea. And Cerie was like, I'm going to use this tea, period. So we start off the episode. And let me pull up the motherfucking people. If you don't know what the people look like.
And I just have to start it off with saying Brandy was robbed. She was. She was. But, shout out to Kate. She is, pushing my sister's legacy throughout every episode. And I have to stand. I do.
She won't let up.
She will not let up. She said her bitch went home. No, because Reza and Brandy went. She's done. She's done. And she doesn't give a fuck anymore.
So we start off episode 4 in the Traitors turret. And in that Traitors turret, we see Christian, he walks in, he's like, this
That's
is
what it's called, the turret. Bitch, I've been writing that shit as the Chamber of Secrets in my notes.
Damn near, basically. So during the Traitors turret, every time they walk in, Christian gotta say, oh, this is the dream team, this is the dream team.
Like, okay, nigga.
In his dreams.
It's
only.
In your dreams. They're the team, and it's your dream.
Your dream. Congratulations. That's the thing. Christian got what a lot of people wanted. Time with Cody alone in a room.
A winner.
And Mother Cerie next to you. Like, I don't know. Like, it would be my dream team too. I would have had a lot of dreams about certain people. So anyway, she's like, yes, it's dream team with whoop. And Cerie is like, yeah, I'm just happy Brandy got out because Brandy was clocking our tea, I fear.
Yeah, they knew who Mother was. They knew.
I love how they gave her that credit. Because you knew who was clocking your tea. And it was really only Brandy because as Brandy leaves, they are still here.
Girl, Brandy successfully clocked 2 out of the 3. No one has been able to do that, girl. Girl, it's some people who get all 3 wrong, not naming nobody in it. Bitch, people saying Alan is a goddamn traitor.
Just anybody. Just anybody. So this is when Cerie tells them the tea that she got from Stephanie. So Cerie says, y'all, guess what? It was like, what? She was like, Stephanie found a note that Kate dropped that said the tea. The tea was Shelby's name crossed out Amanda's name. So they are now thinking, which is Stephanie and the good people, are thinking that, oh, maybe Amanda's going to get voted out. Maybe Shelby's going to get voted out. So we need to make a decision based on that. Christian has a diary room and he's like, Kate is on to me, so I'm scared of that girly pop. And it's like, you should be, because Kate got your tea clocked.
She does. She does.
So she mentions that, and Cerie was like, I mean, we could say that name, or we could say another name, someone else. We can keep it open. And Christian mentions, the situation at the table that Azra
versus Kyle. And then this is when basically Kyle called out the bitches for being born. No shade. Because he basically was like, if we keep voting out some of the, interesting people, it's gonna be really boring. Boring as fuck. And Ozra felt hit.
And
so she spoke
the
up.
Traitors listened. And they said, boring bitches on the block. So they said the 3 boring bitches, no shade.
Oh, no!
They not be words.
But they are boring.
But they are boring, and boring starts with a B. And it rhymes. So Shelby, Amanda, and Ozra are on the block. But they were like, girl, basically it's Ozra. They didn't really say it's because, they got to do their alleged nominees. But they were like, girl, it's Ozra, because Ozra was beefing with Kyle.
And they were basically saying that Ozra would cause the same amount of confusion as it did with Bam, because it's someone that's quiet, not doing too much, and she just argued with Kyle. So it's like maybe people will start, looking at Kyle a little bit weird.
Looking at Kyle. And maybe they ate that up. Now that I think about it. So after this, we go to the breakfast. They filed them in. So Rachel, Angelica, and Ari walk in first. We see Angelica has her first diary room of the season. And she says, it's not her first, but girl, basically. And she's basically like, I'm grateful, but we need to make sure that we're getting out the Traitors. I'm glad I'm here, but the Traitors gotta go. And it's like, girl, put in work to get the Traitors out. Angelica ain't said one name.
Because I don't see her doing nothing but crying.
That was Kyle's point. He was like, if you don't say a name, no one will. So if we lose people like Kate and Brandy, who've been saying names, the right names, mind you, that's the thing. Brandy didn't get snubbed by a traitor. She got voted out by you dumbass.
By the faithfuls.
So it's like, if we keep voting out people who can say a name,
and the thing is, they want to make they want to make dumbass decisions, like voting out Brandy, and then you want to get mad at Kate and Michael. But it's like, no, y'all the dumbest who's up here and voted Brandy.
Dumbasses. Ciao. So anyways, Angelica's telling Rachel and Ari, she's like, fourth faithfuls went home and it's gonna be a fifth tonight, and I just don't know what to do, and nah. So anyways, boom.
Don't know.
Christian, Ryan, and Andy walk in after that. Christian has a diary room. He's like, I'm happy that my other Traitors are having my back. Like, I love Sari, and he just basically fangirling over the Traitors that he's with. And, like, okay, and also Christian whispers to Andy, and he's like, how do you feel right now? And it was like, Andy was like, what they say? Andy has a diary room. And this is when Andy mentions that they're an introvert and that they get really, really drained when they have to put in a lot of energy to speak with people, especially knowing, girl, and I'm sorry.
Princess of the choir, sister, because I hate talking.
Listen,
bitch, one conversation will have me mentally tapped. I'm out. I'm over.
They keep saying
I want to go home.
They keep saying it in the show. Kate done said it. Cody basically said it. They're basically like, we're drained in here. Like, we have to talk, and everybody, you can't trust nobody.
Everybody lying. No one telling you the truth. You don't know who your real friend is. Your friend could be the traitor. Like, I wonder if, like, I would get mentally, like, frustrated like that. Like, I feel like Andy mentioned, like, just talking to a bunch of people in general would get my ass just like, okay, I want to go home. But I do feel like I would take Kate's approach that she takes within these next 3 episodes, more of just like, honestly, I don't give a damn. I'm going to do what I want.
Kate got over real quick. And was over it since then. That's the thing. Kate, when Kate
like, I won't get mad. I'm just be like, well, fuck it. All you bitches lying. I don't know. I'm like,
I don't know. And I understand why the other versions are more exciting, because honestly, I don't know why people aren't just like, bitch, you're a traitor. You're a traitor. Because this game does not require stealthiness, like, necessarily. No. Like, they will vote out anybody, babe.
We need more vocal people, like the Case and Brandon, who are going to be like, bitch, you're a traitor.
That's why they're flopping at the game, because probably seasons where they catch the traitors is where people are actually speaking up on their ideas. Stephanie said she thought it was Cody week 1 and didn't say shit.
So did Rachel. Rachel, episode 1, day 1, bitch, with the day it was tapped. Rachel was like, I know Cody the traitor, and then spent every episode trying to get out Kate.
And it's like, girl, win the game, maybe? I don't know.
Girl.
Anyways, child. So Quentin and Amanda walk in. Amanda has a diary room. She says, when I walk in, I'm trying to detect people's moods. She's the mood detector, even though she's ER nurse. So after that, Kyle and Michael walk in. Michael has a diary room. Michael mentions that, the traitors will be dumb as fuck to get rid of me, because if they get rid of me, that's a shield that's gone. So, I'm trying to
very easily clock the traitor strategy, because that's exactly what they're doing. Like,
exactly what they're doing. And Michael tells Kyle, he's like, I don't have any good evidence on anybody else, and I just need to make sure that I'm not the one who goes home. And basically, that's probably what Michael's going to do for the rest of the episode. Make sure he's not the vote, instead of trying to actually find a traitor. When it's like, I guess, because they probably finna vote your ass, so you got to try to.
But I mean, that's always the strategy. It's just like, well, who else's name is being said? So I'm just gonna push
Yeah,
them 100%, and it's like that doesn't help. You
yeah,
have
that
to
doesn't help
make
at all.
real connections with these people. That's not something that he's done.
Done. Yeah, done. Yeah, which he might not have had a chance because it was off rip. No, he was the one pushing Geraldine. That was on him.
Yeah.
Randomly.
And then weirdly, I'm gonna punch you out if you don't get her out. Like, okay.
He was on it. After this, Stephanie, Sari, and Cody walk in, and Cody tells Ryan, he's like, I'm having a rough time, and it's just hard. And then this was Cody has a diary room. He's like, lying and manipulating is just so stressful for me. And it's like, I can never tell when Cody's lying to my face because even though he's in the diary room, BFFL.
Yeah, no. I immediately was just like, is this really hard? Because I just like watching him in Big Brother. I mean, it didn't seem like those decisions of cutting his eyes was that hard. It really did not. And then he knew them way longer because you're now with these people 24/7. You have to see them day after day after day for like in his season 16, 90 something days. So it's just like it was hard to believe that he got this emotionally connected to these people.
Yeah.
I think it mainly was just the stress of you're basically not being yourself. You have to hold this secret 24/7 and things like that. So maybe it's that, but I didn't think that he could get this emotionally connected to like them like this. Like honestly, I don't know. I didn't think Cody was just like an emotionless evil person, but like I did not think that he would be breaking down this easily.
Yeah, I will say social players tend to be a little bit more emotional. I would categorize Cody as a social player. I guess that's why he's a little more emotional. I think he went into BB22 though, like, baby, I'm leaving most at the home. I gotta win. I think he was very, very determined to win. This is like a gag for him. He already won the million, not the million, but the money.
True.
500,000. You didn't get that 750. Like Mother Taylor. Like, I don't know. Anyways, Shelby, Kate, and Ozra are the ones who are left to not come in. They haven't came in yet. So people are like, oh my God, who is it going to be? And da da da. Stephanie was like, it's not going to be Kate because Kate's a traitor. Y'all, Stephanie, this is the issue. This is the issue. With some people, not just Stephanie. Stephanie does it. Quentin does it. They hone in on a person and they don't let it go.
No, it's the confidence for me.
And it's Kate.
It's the confidence, the surety in their voice. Well, I know Kate's going to come in because she's the traitor. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely going to be Kate.
Yeah, well, the sky is blue. Kate's the traitor.
And the saving grace for Stephanie is that Stephanie Mitchell eventually clocked some other tea. And it's like,
but Stephanie be all over the place. It's like, of course, a broken clock gonna get right twice a day.
I hate that when she clocks something, she's so sure. I hate people who are so sure like that. Like,
because you should not be that sure in a game like this. I know for a fact. Like, no. Because literally, Sari, your best bitch that you knew since before the goddamn show is a traitor, and she playing in your face.
And that's how you know Sari's a fucking phenomenal liar. Because how
Mother.
Steve don't even know that.
No, honestly, I'm kind of scared because Sari is eating this shit up. I believed in the dream that Sari is going to be able to get on Big Brother. Now I was like, okay, there's enough distance from between her being a mother. You know what I mean? She hasn't been on Survivor in a minute. No one really watched Snake in the Grass like that. They don't know who Mother is.
Mm-hmm.
The girls don't know who Mother is. Now she's trying to go get on Survivor.
They're not going. Did nobody watch this?
But you know what? Also,
nobody who's gonna get cast on Big Brother gonna watch it. They be casted anybody.
I don't. It depends. It really does depend. You never really know.
Like,
but I will say though, I was thinking that though. Big sidetrack. Mm-hmm. Like the rumor about how like they should definitely do a Big Brother season, a la Big Brother celeb type, like bring in legends or returning players. Like honestly, like seeing Rachel, Sari, Stephanie, Cody here as like these celebrities, I wouldn't mind if they were to get like other reality stars in this way.
I agree.
To like Rachel could be considered a celebrity and go do something else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I'm really happy that they're being considered in that light. Like, you can have Sari play Celebrity Big Brother. Like, she could have been casted for that. Like, literally. But hey, we're here.
We moved her. So the girls are like, Kate's definitely coming in, and then boom, Kate walks in. And Kate was like, I'm shocked I'm here, but I don't think it's gonna be long.
When she walked in, they were not happy at all. Because usually when someone walks in, it's like, oh, Kate walked in, crickets. Oh.
So this is when Kate starts her. So she has the diary room and she's like, I don't think I'm gonna be long. It's gonna be long until I'm murdered because, baby, I'm basically done.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, we'll see. So Stephanie has a diary and she's like, you know, Kate is just, she's so shady and she's here to cause havoc and wreak. And I just,
and it's just
havoc,
like,
whatever. And I just know she's a traitor.
How has Kate been shady? I feel like the issue with Kate is that she's been 1,000% herself.
Literally. So this is when Angelica tells some of the girls, she's like, y'all, I'm scared that Ozra's not going to come in because that's my bestie. Mm-hmm. And then boom, Shelby walks in.
And it's like, child.
So boom, we flash back to the Traitors, essentially deciding on Ozra to go. Boom, we flash back. And then Angelica is crying. Dead ass. Angelica's in DR, and she's like, I just hate that Ozra had to go because that was my only friend. That was the only person I could trust, and I just don't know what to do. And it's like, damn, we gotta get out of the Traitor, and we haven't done anything, and I haven't said a name, and I haven't.
And it really makes me feel like the most heartless bitch, because I'm just like, y'all be connecting with people like that? Because like I think in this game, like they only been there for like a week now.
It's getting a week.
Like, and like I guess I can understand like, okay, the mental fortitude of having everyone lying. I can see how they could get to somebody. But I'm just like, calm down. I'm sorry, like I don't know what to say. I'm
but
just
we
like,
ain't got no, maybe we
tears.
ain't got no feelings. We ain't got no feelings. We ain't got no feelings.
But tears?
We don't have no feelings. We don't have any feelings.
It wasn't giving tears. Like I don't know. It wasn't giving tears.
But did it never give? It
never gave tears.
Oh, and that's
like she acted like that girl really died. She ain't dead for real, Angelica. She took an Uber back home.
Literally, they gave her a note, babe.
You'll see her next Saturday, bitch. The game is over tomorrow.
Literally. Oh yeah, they did show.
Two people go home a day. Like, go
a day,
be over tomorrow. Like,
you literally have 3 weeks and you will be home.
Be calm,
y'all
babe.
Y'all can be besties at home. I don't know. They did show Audra get her letter. She got her letter. She was like, "Damn, I guess they just voted me out because I spoke up for the first time." It's like,
hey, how sad is that? Audra said one word. And it was like, she got it. Yep, you should have stayed quiet, mama. You should have stayed quiet.
So Alan comes in and he lets them know. First of all, he comes in and Angelica comes in after. Crying.
Do you ever write down the shit he be saying? I swear he always say the most random shit.
He just says anything.
He walks in, hello, commoners. Well, the treacherous traitors have been treating treachery with enough treachery on this.
And Ozra has gone home, but we don't give a single fuck.
Anyway,
only 3 more minutes.
The challenge is here tonight.
It was like, well, I hope y'all wipe y'all tears because we don't care for longer than 2 seconds. Well, Angelica, I hope you get over it.
That is so urban. When they do that in the other versions, they just throw their pictures to the side. That is so disrespectful. Anyways,
girl. So Alan walks out. He's basically like, "See y'all later at the motherfucking challenge." Purr. So they gather outside, and they're kind of outside on the porch, ain't they? I mean, not on the porch, on the pad. They sitting down, whatever. They outside, and Andy starts talking. They were like, boom. There's not any like logic that we can put into defining who's going to be a traitor or not. I think we need to start going off of concrete evidence. And then Kate, who does not give a fuck anymore, was like, I think we should just wormhole it all. We should just do whatever.
Anytime someone else is speaking, Kate just comes like, yeah, I think we should. I swear it never makes sense. It
increasingly gets more often that she just talks. Like at the round table, bitch, the last round
almost every confessional is Kate just saying anything.
Literally.
Like so Kate is literally saying she wants to quit and they're turning it into a storyline. Like they don't give a damn.
Literally. So Stephanie has a diary. She says she needs to be careful about saying the name she thinks they are, like Kate. And it's like, girl, just say it.
But that's the thing. What's hilarious about this is that she says she doesn't want to tell too many people about Kate's note. But then she basically goes and tells every motherfucking body.
Later on.
It's like she she didn't say specifically I don't want to tell too many people, but she alluded like you want to be careful with this information.
Yeah, I want to be careful with this.
But then the entire house knew.
Literally, people are holding it in the diary room.
Girl, so
it's not Stephanie.
Bitch, the note is getting passed around. Like what?
Girl. So anyways, this is when they all kind of come to the consensus. They're like, we just need to get out of Traitor so we can get information on who the other traitors are. And it's like, girl, duh, y'all should have been doing that. Anyways, this is when Christian finally says something smart. No shade, no tea. But Kristen was like, y'all, we should just not talk in this big ass group because if we split it up, he still should just be shutting the fuck up. But I moved. He was like, I feel like people don't feel comfortable talking in this big group. We need to just talk in smaller groups. And he said that so that way him and the other traitors can spread.
Still feel, but that's the thing. At this point, like when he said that, I still felt like honestly he shouldn't be saying that. Like Kristen talks way too much, but this is the point where like honestly, no one gives a damn. Like, and we kept having the Sari diary room saying how he talks too much. It will make you think, okay, at some point it's going to turn on him, and we have yet to see that. So clearly they just let him talk. Like, I guess they think he's dumb and nothing he says matter. It has to be that because he talks way too much. I feel like for it not to cause any suspicion.
Literally. Or
because as soon as he said,
they're dumb.
I feel like
let's think about the people who they think is the traitor.
They're dumb too, and I think that's the biggest problem. They're dumb.
I can't name one smart person on
because at the end of the day, I just feel like every time Kristen talks, it's so random. Like even when he said, "Oh, I think we should split up," I'm thinking like, like, okay, split up
and look for my pools. Like this.
Like what is this? Like
you and Velma go over there.
At the end of the day. A traitor would want us to split up. You wouldn't want us to share information. You wouldn't want us to come together collective. Like, so at the end of the day, I feel like, well, no, I was going to say, even if you're talking in the room with the traitors, it don't matter, but now the traitors can't come and kill you. So I guess, there's some point there. But it's just like, he's so quick with it every time. As soon as someone says something, he's like, oh, well, I don't think that we should, I'm not a traitor, but I just think there's traitors
and
in
the traitors
group.
might be thinking this.
Yeah,
so maybe we should do
like I'm not a traitor, but if I was a traitor, I would be thinking this. So as not a traitor, I think that we shouldn't do that. And they'd be like, okay, yeah,
and they move along, and it's like, come on now, y'all, think maybe. Anyways, boom. So they do their little separation thing, and Sari talks to Kate alone, and Sari is like, Kate, I don't necessarily think Michael is a traitor. So Sari has a diary room, and she says, I need to make sure that Michael is staying because he is a target in front of me. As Michael clocked earlier. So Kate is like, Sari, why you don't think he's a traitor? And Sari was like, he basically said, I'm sorry. She basically like, well, he's a victim. Yeah. And I don't believe a traitor would be so much of a victim the way he is. I believe a traitor
and the thing is, I think people think Kate is dumb. Like, I think even though they come around and they say, oh, she's a manipulator, she's this and this, I feel like when people are in casual conversation with Kate, they still talk to her like she's a dummy. Because even Sari here, she's like, she acts like, she basically says like him playing the victim, that would be kind of crazy. Like he'd be a sociopath to be able to do that. And Kate was like, people are manipulators. Like people will use empathy as a way to get away with things. Like, and even in her diary room, she says, people will play that victim, that traitor card. Like that's exactly what a traitor would do. And I was like, of course it is. Sari, why would you even play that angle? Like, I feel like she thought Kate was going to eat that up. And Kate did not eat that up. Kate
did not a word. Boom. And that's the thing. A player like her and Brandy, they're so strong-minded. I see why Cody don't like them.
And that's
like,
the problem.
You can't say nothing to them. You're not going to convince.
But you know what? But that's Sari's like. I feel like that's what she's pulling from Survivor. The little moments we do get to see her socially. People just trust Sari. People love Sari. They'll tell her information. Like she says something like that, and it doesn't change how they feel about Sari. It's just like, I'm just ignorant. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just move on. So like, even though it didn't work with what Sari wanted, it's like Sari is eating the girl up to where she's not saying Sari's name. And I feel like, honestly, especially with Brandy once thinking it was Sari, I'm surprised Sari Kate haven't thought it was Sari at some point or I've said it. So it's like clearly she's working that motherfucking house.
I know that's right. So after this, we get Cody talking to a group of people, and Cody says he feels like they just need to figure out the Michael situation of it all. And that's when Quentin chimes in. Quentin was like, if you can really tell me the ABCs, the 1, 2, 3s of why you think that Michael is a traitor, then I'll vote for him. But other than that, I'm not just going to vote for him for the sake of voting for him. Like, it's not giving that. Boom. After that, Stephanie and Shelby walk in the room. And Cody's talking about, well, if Michael is a faithful, I don't feel confident on anybody else being a faithful. And that's the issue. And this is when Stephanie has a diary room. And she's like, I want to use Kate's note to gain some trust from other faithfuls. So this is when she tells the group about the note.
Damn near the whole house.
Damn near half the house. No, this is half the house. This is damn near the whole house.
This house.
I say it's a good 7 people.
I mean, that's like, while she's telling half the house, Sari, everybody else telling everybody else. Really? Like, the whole house, no.
Stephanie's telling half the house here the tea about Kate's note. And Shelby is there. And Shelby was like, well, where's the note? Because what she said.
And then this was Fizby. And she's like, well, Sari have it. And then it slashes Sari showing the note to Amanda, Ari, and Kyle.
Literally.
And I actually have to group down because Stephanie, she's talking to Quentin, Shelby, Andy, Rachel, Angelica, and Cody.
Yeah.
And then, like I just said, Sari is talking to the other four. So it's like, that's everyone in the game at this point.
Except Kate.
Except Kate.
So everybody essentially after this conversation, the people Sari's talking to and the people that Stephanie is talking to, comes to conclusions that they're like, I don't know why Kate will write that the fuck down. Like, we need to figure out why.
And I will say, I guess this moment, I could see why there is still some suspicion there. But I feel like when she eventually explains it, it's like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like
get over
Kate has zero reason to lie about any scenario. Like, I'm trying to put myself in her shoes. Like, not in their shoes, not the bird eyes view that we have. I just feel like, I would not think Kate is no goddamn. Like, she's just not sneaky enough. Like, at the end of the day, it takes some type of stealth to be the traitor. Yeah. No person is going to go in there and play the traitor in an outright fashion. She's being too vocal.
Way too vocal. Way too vocal.
Like,
and
you're
about
like, cussing. Even Christian.
If you're the traitor, you're not going to blatantly. Christian's not blatantly just accusing people like that.
Yeah.
Like,
also, Christian's talking a lot, but it's not even something that he's doing to be bold. Like, he thinks he's being stealthy. He's just dumb. Like, no shade. Yeah. Like, Kate is 100% being herself.
100% being herself. I would not think Kate is the traitor. Because I know Rachel, I wouldn't think Rachel's the traitor either. Sari is so good. Because even Sari as a traitor just acts like normal Sari. Bitch, I wouldn't know who it is. After this situation, Kyle has a diary room. He was like, I don't know why Kate would write it down, but hopefully, we get some consistency at the round table on what the fuck happens. Then they head to the mission. On the way to the mission, Michael has a diary room. He's like, I need to prove myself at the missions because maybe they won't vote me out if I do. So we get to a creepy carnival. We put up to a creepy ass carnival or whatever. And we find out the prize pot is currently at $75,000. So Alan gives them the rules. The rules are that 5 players are going to be randomly selected to ride this wheel that's going to be rotating, bitch. It's the Wheel of Destiny, where we'll find out what everyone really thinks about them. So, the 5 people will be on the wheel. Everybody else will be on the ground. The niggas on the ground are going to have the bitches on the ground are going to have to match the ground people answer to the answers on the people of the wheel. So the people on the wheel have to figure out what answer the people on the ground are going to give, and the people on the ground have to match it to people on the wheel or whatever. Boom. And they're going to be asked questions about the players who are on the wheel. Is what the questions are about. Every time you get a point, you get a matching answer, you earn $300 for the motherfucking prize pot, period. And if all of y'all can stay on the wheel for the whole time, y'all earn $5,000 per. So it's going to be 2 rounds. So it's going to be your first 5 random people, and then it's going to be your next 5 random people. And if you are visual learners, turn on motherfucking YouTube, because on YouTube I have the pictures, I have the images, I have the 5 people, I have it all. Like, it's organized. I don't know. Go look at it. Anyways, boom. So Sari has a diary room because Sari has a diary room after almost every damn
girl.
season.
Sari is this damn season. Period. Point blank. She is the traitor. She is. Period. Sign her check.
Sign her motherfucking check. Like, she has a lot of diary rooms. Like, it's giving.
Well, when your mother.
When your mother, there's no chance. Because
I really hope that she figures out a way to get both Cody and Christian out so she can be the only winner. She deserves it all.
I agree.
She deserves it all. The full $250K. It needs to be $500,000. That's what it needs to be. It needs to be $1 million. What she fucking deserves. A Survivor million.
Which she should have had 4 of already. Might I add.
That's the real gag.
The fuck? Like, Sari should be a whole millionaire. Sari dead ass, maybe not 4, but $3 million should be in Sari's motherfucking bank account.
At least.
Ooh, you expensive. God damn. So anyways, the first 5 riders are Kate, Christian, Angelica, Shelby, and Andy, or whatever. So, Stephanie is happy that Kate's going up because Stephanie doesn't like Kate, basically. And this is what we see in the scene from Andy, and Andy is very, very nervous. They say that when they were a kid, they almost fell off a motherfucking roller coaster, y'all.
Child.
The way, y'all. When I was a kid,
that's a Final Destination that shit.
My favorite movie was Final Destination 3, and that's the roller coaster one. Roller coaster of love, say what? Ooh, it's the best one. If you ain't seen it in a while, go pop it on. I love doing promo for my movies. But anyways, Final Destination 3 is when they're on a roller coaster. The bitch just fell off the roller coaster, died, and it's like, oh. So every time I go to the amusement park, I always am thinking about that movie. So Andy, that
Every time?
is every damn time. I talk about it too. So I understand the fear. I really do. So the first question pops up. And the first question is, who would you most likely want to be stranded on a desert island with? My first thought is
Cody.
Cody's not an option.
Oh. It has to be on the wheel?
On the wheel, baby.
Cody.
It's either Kate. Like, if it was me, I'll be like, definitely not Christian, definitely not Kate. So I have 3 options. I feel like the house likes Andy. So I probably would have said Andy.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, we get confirmation from Mother after this. So the people who were watching on the ground said Andy. Andy says Andy. Kate says Andy. Angelica says Andy. So they get $900. But Shelby says Christian. And it's like,
now for what?
Shelby, what do you think? She might have a crush. Because that just didn't make no sense to me, babe. And then Christian says Angelica. And it's like, okay, sure.
Okay. That get also a crush, probably. What?
Right. So they get $900. And then Cerie has a diary room. And Cerie says, Andy has a certain amount of power. And at this point, y'all, I'm paused. At this point, I didn't really know Andy's side of this, but then later on we get a diary from Andy, and it's like, oh, Cerie's on that ass because Andy is in love with Cerie, and it's like, dang. But Cerie has a diary room. She says that Andy has a certain amount of power, and if Andy is in support of you, then a good amount of people are going to be in support of you too, because people like Andy, and it's like, period.
Well, when you're a social icon.
So Cerie's going to actively be close to Andy, and it's like, eating that up. Question 2, who can win an award for most emotional? Of course, it's Angelica. Everybody says Angelica. That girl was literally crying earlier. Question 3. Who do you think has told the most lies? Everybody says Kate, but Kate says Christian. And it's like, ooh, put a pin in this question because somebody gonna
mind you, when has Kate lied? Because she thought Michael was the traitor? How was that a lie? Like, I just feel like they keep saying, well, this person, there's no evidence here. There's no evidence here. Where is the evidence on Kate other than what you're making up? Y'all think Kate is the traitor because she said that she thinks Michael's a traitor?
Yes, girl. And that's not even a reason no more. They just throwing shit out.
They just don't like her, and that's the real problem. Y'all just don't like her.
Not to like her.
Just say, they don't want to just vote her out because they know why we vote out of faith. Like, no, you don't like her.
I would be like, I don't like her, so I'm literally going to be voting her. Like, at least be real. That's basically what Kate said about Rachel.
The gag is, though, the only person who get it right is Kate, because she says Christian, the actual motherfucking traitor.
Period.
Gag
of the century. Boom. So
Kate says she's gobsmacked. And here goes Stephanie. I'm so happy that people are really seeing the way she's the way I see it. She's like, Kate, you're the biggest lie here right now. And it's like, girl, you thought you ate that.
She thought she ate that the fuck.
You thought you ate that, Stephanie, because she is not. I can't, because that's the thing. I know Kate is not making this in the end. I really hope she is banished by the house. Yeah. So they know her ass is not the motherfucking traitor. Because y'all look so dumb right now.
And she gets to tell them. And that they're just dumb. After this, boom. Oh, Andy has a moment. They were crying because, of course, it was very, very intense for them. And they mentioned that their wife has a kid or is pregnant. Is pregnant or has
a baby on the way.
Got a baby on the way, and they are happy to be here so that they can like show their baby that, you know, you can do shit that you don't think you'd ever want to do or you don't think you can do. And it's like, I love a good moment.
We have to stand.
We just have to stand. We just have to stand. Like, I don't know, fan favorite. So after that week, the next 5 riders is Cody and Andy is fine as fuck. I don't know if I said that. I did. Ooh. Girl. Every time I see Andy, like, I just don't know. Like, I just want to, let me stop. Anyway, so the next 5 riders. I'm sorry. The next 5 riders come up. It's Cody, Ryan, Kyle, Amanda, and Michael. So those 5 are on. They get more questions in the first 3. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why.
I was assuming they were just answering them quicker because it's time. So I guess because that Kate question, they were on it for a while because they didn't want to give an answer at first.
And it's like, girl, just take Kate. Question 1: who would you most trust with your life? Amanda is an ER nurse, so everybody who's watching says Amanda.
Child. And here come these men.
Here go the men.
Here these men. So Kyle gonna say Ryan. And then Cody also gonna say Ryan. And it's like, you know, that's just a bro ass answer because how the fuck is Ryan Lochte dumbass? No, like no shade to Daddy Ryan Lochte. But Ryan Lochte ain't saving nobody's life. Okay.
Girl.
Let's be
So
serious. And some
everybody,
Mother Cerie clocks.
everybody with a brain said Amanda. Cerie has a diary room, as she does after every scene. And Cerie
So we're gonna
says
have a diary room.
she's gonna have her. She says, I'm gonna have to start looking at Cody a little bit because Cody and Ryan, they have their little bro thing going on. And I don't want Cody being too close to the faithful so much that, he can't be a good traitor.
You know what I have written down.
Put a pin in that. What you have?
Because what she says specifically in the diary room, she's like, Cody and Ryan Bond, it's the good old boys.
Yeah.
I have the good old white boy.
Oh no!
Well, did I lie?
You did not. So, question 2 was, who is most likely to Google themselves? The watchers, people watching say Kyle. 3 people on the wheel say Kyle, but Michael and Amanda say Ryan. So it's like they get some of those points or whatever. Question 3, who is the most two-faced? Everybody says Michael. And from here on out,
it's so sad.
From here on out, every question is kind of like a shady question, and they just keep saying Michael, y'all. Whose behavior has changed the most since arriving? Michael. Who is the least likely to win a Nobel Peace Prize?
Even Michael guesses himself. He's basically like, I know it's not the traitor, but I mean, if they want to vote me, we'll go ahead and get the money.
We'll get the money for the team, and
you see who went home. So did they give a single fuck about that? No.
So they do their little car ride home after the challenge. So on the car ride home,
it gets real messy in the car ride.
Girl. So in Kyle's car, he was like, this confirmed a lot because who's the most two-faced? Michael. We all are on the same page. Like, I don't know. Then Rachel in her car, she's in the car with Michael, and she turns straight to Michael and she's like, are you a traitor? And Michael was like, no, I'm not a traitor, and I'm willing to, I'm willing to have conversations, and I'm willing to talk it out. And
it's like Rachel, even if he was, like, what was they gonna do?
What's that gonna do?
Are you a traitor? Yes, I am. I just want to tell you, and the 2 people in this car, I am the traitor. Can y'all not say anything? Like, if that was you thought was gonna
like, I don't know. So maybe she thought she was gonna catch him off guard and get him scared. So Stephanie's in her car. And she's like, I don't know, guys. Who told the most lies? Kate.
Kate's trying to stir shit up. And it's like, how is Kate stirring shit up? She has said one person this whole time.
Girl. And that was stirring shit up.
Who y'all all believe is is not trustworthy, two-faced. Y'all just voted it. So that's the thing. Is she stirring shit up or is she spilling? Is she speaking for the group? Because clearly y'all all think Michael is fake.
She's spilling the fuck. Girl,
that's the thing. If Kate is a traitor and Kate's a liar and Kate's all of this, why y'all all went with the shit that Michael is phony and Michael is fake and Michael is shady and Michael gotta go?
Some of them didn't vote Michael because they're like, well, I'm not voting Michael. I think Kate's traitor, but a lot of y'all did.
I mean, majority.
So Rachel and Michael are walking up to the house, and Michael is terrified and scared, and Rachel's like, "Don't worry, I don't think you're the traitor. So." You got me. I got you.
That doesn't mean I won't vote for you, but I don't think you're the traitor. Which I think is like, if I don't think someone's not the traitor, I'm not voting them. I don't give a fuck what majority thinks. It makes sense if I could be one of the votes. If I don't think my name is being said, I'm not voting someone just because everyone else is. For what? I be forgetting shit like that matters because people are also saying you gotta check who's voting who, but it's like that shit really don't matter. People don't have anything to go off on, so they're gonna think anything is important. But no, because these traitors, I can see how in seasons there's probably, if this continues to go, there's going to be traitors who think about all of these things, how their vote lies, where they need to vote with, what needs to do what, you know what I mean? But I mean, Christian, Cody, and Siri have not even had any conversations about that. They've just been doing whatever. When they come out of that goddamn turret, they do whatever and keep it pushing. So I just feel like y'all are just overthinking. It's a lot of overthought that goes into it. In my opinion, definitely. I wouldn't give a damn that much. I'm voting who I want. I'm doing what I want. Me and Kate would be besties. I'm sorry.
And they would hate you and Kate.
And I wouldn't give a damn. Me and Kate would be like, okay.
Get y'all wine.
Rachel's still a traitor. Honestly, I want to thank Rachel the traitor. I don't know who would you think is the traitor, real quick?
Dead ass Cody.
I feel like I would definitely think Cody. I feel like, honestly, I was going to say that. Honestly, I think it would be hard for me not to think. You know what?
Christian. My big brain.
I think I would have been like Quentin, Christian, Cody.
I think I might have thought it was Andy or Angelica because y'all too quiet.
Yep.
That's just too damn quiet. I think I would have thought it was Angelica. I'm not gonna lie. I think I would,
Honestly,
especially when she
I could
cried,
see
like, what are
myself
you doing?
thinking it was Amanda, Angelica, Ozra,
Yeah.
and
Amanda seemed like a traitor real bad, in my
she
opinion.
does. She does give traitor.
I was like, that's a traitor. But anyways, we moved. Kyle has a conversation with Stephanie and Ryan. And he was like, y'all, the tea is I think that one of the traitors has to be a woman from reality who is a strong player. And Stephanie was like, sounds like me. Like, I don't know. But Kyle in the diary room, he's like, Michael has been a big ass distraction, but the reality is that one of these people, either Suri or Stephanie.
And it's like, hello, Kyle, because you're getting too close to mother's name.
He's getting too close.
Keep it cute.
He's
getting cute. And the thing is, he's talking to Stephanie. So that means he must think it really is Miss Suri. And that's a problem.
It's just because the smartest players aren't even getting taken out by the traitors. They're getting
faithfuls.
We'll get to it. So Kyle mentions to Stephanie and Ryan, he's like, what if Suri is a traitor? Stephanie, girl, the way Stephanie woke up and went back to and sorry to that girl. Stephanie was not on Pagong.
She's not Pagong?
She was on Ulag, which is similar to Pagong because they all went the fuck home. I'm sorry.
She was still the person with the last. She was the last person from her tribe, right?
The last person from her tribe. It just wasn't the Pagong tribe. Pagong was from an earlier season.
Oh, but she got Pagong.
She got Pagong. But sorry to that. But Stephanie went back to Survivor Days and said, "Oh, you saying my bitch name?" Like, so she very quickly. It's not Suri.
I feel so bad because it's like with Suri, it's like. You not only trust Suri, you love Suri. This girl is saying, I love Suri so much. Like, me and her had an alliance since day one, which she really means day zero, before production, because we know Rachel, and Suri were on a stake in the grass together. So I'm pretty sure that's where that trust is coming from. Also, years of knowing each other through Survivor. But it's just like, girl, what's... I just think... People really are forgetting what Suri is capable of, which I love them for. Do not target my sister. But it's like, y'all don't know who Mother is?
She just doesn't come across, even if you know, or even if you've seen the seasons, sometimes people don't think that's how she won. People forget she won by being sneaky. They think she won by, she just likable.
She didn't win. And that's the gag.
The way I said the way I said just kept saying one. In my mind.
She must win this season. She must, hey.
Something was telling me something. So Suri and Rachel walk in during that conversation. And, Kyle kind of mentions what the conversation was about. He's like, I just think it might have been a celebrity woman. And Stephanie...
Stephanie, well, I don't think it's Suri. So, mind you, the setup is... Because Kyle is talking to Ari and Steph separately. And then you have Rachel and Suri. They also in the dining room with them, but they're getting their food kind of on the other side of the room. So he mentions, and Steph kind of brings it back up while Suri's in the room. She's like, I don't think it's her. I don't think it's her at all. And then Suri over here, she's like, well, what you don't think? What you don't think? Oh, you're the traitor. And she's like, oh, no. And it's like, Stephanie, girl, personally, I'd be like, Stephanie the traitor, because what the fuck? Don't be exposing me like this. Like, I don't have a problem with that.
So Suri has the diary room, and she's like, Kyle and Ryan think I might be, think that the traitor might be a celebrity woman. And they're right. And where there's smoke, there's fire. So that smoke needs to be put the fuck out. And it's like, y'all, she gonna put it out. So after that, we see Michael starts getting nervous because we finna head to
Here you go.
So Michael goes to Kyle and Stephanie. He pulls them kind of aside, and he's like, can y'all at least tell me if I'm the vote, because I don't want to be the vote. And this is when Kyle was like, it's not necessarily has to be you. Like, it could be other people.
I hate that shit. Like, girl, especially in a game like this, like, why are we lying to him? Are you like, just say it? Like, who gives a damn?
They're like, we can maybe vote Kate and da 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 da. And
just to get in the round table and call only him out. Like,
girl. So they entertain him. Then Michael says, Quentin is a good speaker. Like, I was thinking
randomly
him. And Kyle was like, but he went to bat for you, so why would you say that? And Michael was like, no, I'm not saying we should say his name.
But I understand that. But at the same time, everyone likes it. It's just like you just keep digging your grave. It's like he really does not pick up on social cues in that way. Like once he said that, it clearly means, and he does in a way because he pivots enough. but it's still just like it needs to be dropped. Honestly, that wasn't even because
you shouldn't even say it.
In the conversation they were telling him basically like you doing this isn't helping you.
Yeah.
Like this isn't what we need from you. We want to know that we can trust you. We know we can work with you. We don't want to just see you throw someone under the bus. And that's all Michael has been doing. Ever since he feels like he's in danger, he goes straight to throwing someone else under the bus. And it's like, that's not helping you. Clearly.
At all. Child. So we get to the round table, y'all. Boom.
However, I will say there's no reason why they should have done that shit with Michael. I would have been like, Kate is cracked. She only wants Michael because she's cracked. I don't think it's Michael. Like it does not get it honestly does not get Michael. It does not. Because he's someone also he has been forced to be so vocal because of the whole situation. I just think the way he's reacted to everything, like he would have to be a very terrible traitor. Like my thing is,
said some people literally said that,
but and that's the thing. I don't know because this is a fairly new show. This is the first version of the U.S. version, so and I don't think any of these people watched the Aussie or UK version. To be honest, maybe some of them, but I don't think all of them did. And I'm just saying, like personally, when I'm thinking about the overall game, I'd be like, it would not be this easy. Like there's no way Kate obvious ad. You know what I mean? It's just like that's way too fucking obvious. The way Michael is reacting, it's just like. Of course, like, of course, these things point there, but it's just like it really was just coincidental. Like you were grasping at anything, and I guess that's what happens when you grasp at anything.
So we get to the round table, and Amanda starts it off, and she's basically like, first things first, let's clear this shit up because I heard my name. Like I don't know. Like she said there was a note. And the note had Shelby's name with an X in it and had my name on it. So what's good?
What's T? What's T?
So Stephanie spoke up as she was directed by our mother.
She says, "Hello, Kate. Hi, Kate."
Right. So Stephanie says, I found a note.
And Kyle, she don't even have the note. Kyle got the note. The last time we saw it was in Serene's hand. Now Kyle got it.
So Kyle's passing it around the table.
Like a project.
So it gets passed around. And as it's getting passed around, I saw the note. It said these people's names on it was T. Kate was like, well, Brandy and I were thinking about who the murderer might have murdered that night. We thought it could have been Shelby and or Amanda. That was all. That's all.
Anyways.
That's all. And she says, I'm not a traitor, so let's move along. Stephanie was like, I just feel like you keep trying to throw stuff at the wall and cause confusion and cause drama and da da da. And this was Quentin's key.
Here you go, Quentin. Y'all, and I'm sorry, I love Quentin. I really do. But Quentin be swearing to God he know what the fuck he's talking about. And it do not be giving that.
You know who Quentin remind me of?
Who?
I'm sorry. Jose.
I'm
sorry.
He does.
It just gives.
Especially the confidence and the delusion sometimes.
Yeah, it's so confident. And it's like, you can come up with an articulate argument, and it just be from nowhere. Nicole is a snake. I knew she was a snake from her season.
But that's the thing. Jose clocks.
He clocked. And that's the thing. Quentin, they never clocked. Not yet.
But Quentin's not clocking.
Sorry.
Because basically, he has the diary room, and he's like, Kate is masterful. She's a masterful at deflection. She's great at convincing folks. Which, I mean, Michael is still here, so I don't see how she's that great at convincing folks. And then also, what is she deflecting from? They have thought literally Michael was the person since day one.
Off of herself, she's continuing to be just as dramatic.
So and then he says at the table, out loud from everyone, to Kate, he's like, you throw dirt and mud at the wall. You keep pushing Michael, but the math ain't mathing. And it's just like I can see that argument because it's like, okay, what evidence does she have is Michael? It's like that's weird that she has it with no evidence, but it's like.
What evidence is there for anybody though, for real though? And that's her point. She's like, I mean, Michael's just the one who's pushed the last two votes. The last two votes were things. That's my evidence. What the fuck evidence do you have for anybody else?
Because at the end of the day, none of them have any evidence. Like,
and this is where her Bravo King Kyle steps in, and that's the thing. It's confirmed according to one of our people who commented that Kyle and Kate are not problematic necessarily. And so with that being,
have to say, Kate.
With that being, and
I don't know that Kyle, man, for real.
Kyle is fine. I'm sorry. You want to say Ron Lochtey's fine? If I had to get on my knees for anybody in this
house,
Kyle,
let
me tell you who. If I had to get on my knees for anybody in this house after Cody and Andy, it's gonna be Kyle. No, okay. After Cody, Andy, and Ari, it's gonna be Kyle.
Okay.
I just want y'all to know that Kyle is fine. I don't know, and I like a smart man. Not many of the men here are smart. Period. we move along. So Kyle is like, we wasting too much fucking time on some bullshit. The real tea is that it was your word versus Geraldine's word, Michael. And Kyle's doing this to really save Kate. And people kind of pick up on that later. So essentially, Michael is like, well, the Traitors think I'm a shield for them. But if I go home tonight, Quentin, I want to thank you. And
I do want to say though, because this is the first time Michael says to the group that he's like, there's a lot of deflection going on. Like, I understand what you're saying, that maybe me, but there's a lot of deflection. Clearly the Traitors are trying to keep me as a shield. That is verbatim the strategy. And then they shoot to Cody. Cody like, ooh, he had to turn away. He make a face. Because gagged. Like, he got y'all. He got y'all. He know exactly what y'all up here doing.
Girl, so after Michael says that, Kyle speaks up and he says, for the record, Quentin, before we came in here, Michael actually threw your name out, even though he's trying to do all of this defending. And it's like, damn.
And it's like, Michael, why do you keep getting gagged up like that? Like, that really shouldn't even been something he could have used because he should have never said this shit. And it's like, this is after Quentin saying, thank you. Oh, and he's like, well, actually, Quentin, he was just talking shit outside. And here go Michael. And then Michael is really bad when he get called out. Really bad when he get called out. He's like, no, I said that I suspected.
You said suspect,
and
not
I was
suspected.
Like, you said president. No. I suspected because everyone likes him. Let me talk. And this is like, Michael, babe. Michael. And Kyle was like, well, you talk a lot. Michael, why does Michael get gagged at every round table? Like, he cannot catch a break. He cannot catch a break. He really couldn't. I kind of feel bad. I ain't gonna lie.
So eventually, after all of that, Christian speaks again.
Christian the traitor speaks up.
He speaks up, and he's like, well, the only play is for us to either vote Michael or Kay. And
it's like, shut the hell up. You just had it's always something random. Always out of nowhere. Like, did he need to speak? Who said Christian's name?
He literally did it. So we get to the vote. Y'all, damn near everybody voted Michael. The only people who voted Kate are Quentin, Sari, Christian, and Michael. Everybody else voted Michael. Maybe he was out. I'm sorry. So he goes to the circle of truth, the circle of life. Michael gets up and he's like, you know what, y'all? Yeah, I am.
Girl, they start cheering. They happy. Woo!
A faithful.
Aww. They were gagged.
Here go Rachel, y'all. You know what, Kate? You manipulated that. And Kate was like, what?
I'm surprised too.
I'm surprised too. Like, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I don't know. So boom. They scurry out, and then there's some conversations here and there. Rachel has a diary first. She's like, Kate is a puppet master. I don't see a world where she's not the traitor.
Kate is too drunk to be a goddamn pepper master. Like, if we just be 1,000% honest.
Literally. So Rachel goes, she talks to Quentin, Ryan, and Ari about basically the people deflecting off of Kate. And that's when they speak about how they noticed Kyle was doing a lot of deflecting off of Kate. And here go Quentin, y'all. He's coming. Quentin has a diary, and he says, you know what? I think Kyle is also a traitor. I do, because Kyle was deflecting off of Kate. He was doing a lot of deflecting.
He said he believes it's Kate and Kyle.
And when Quentin gets a reason, he also sticks with that reason real hard. He's going to say Kyle was deflecting for the rest of his life.
I will say, Quentin going to give you a reason. Now, is it going to make that much sense?
Not to me.
But he gonna give you a reason as to why he thinks what he thinks.
He will. Boom. So we go to the Traitors turret, y'all. Turret. So they pull up. The 3 traitors pull up. And, Cody has a diary about how he's struggling again. He's really struggling. He's like, I'm really struggling and I feel bad. And he tells them, he's like, y'all, I kind of feel a little bad knowing that I'm the traitor and they don't know. And
he said, he feel bad for Michael because, he's sitting there basically fighting for his life. And he is not a traitor.
Christian was like, it's kind of fun, isn't it? Like, I'm kind of gagging. And so that's when Cody's like, I don't think Christian is having a hard time with this, but I am. And I just don't know. And I never thought I would see Cody like this. Like not necessarily defeated, but just like, where the game face at?
He said this ain't Big Brother for real. He literally says that later on.
So he literally does. So they mentioned they're like, Kate and Michael have a lot of heat going towards them. Cody says, there was a lot of distrust towards Kyle after this situation.
Mm-hmm.
And Cody was like, Kyle's getting smart, so he might. Christian says Kyle's getting smart, so he might need to go. And Cody was like, but he's getting smart to who?
In regards to who, babe?
In regards
and
to
it's
who?
like,
and so Cerie speaks up.
Yo ass, baby.
And Cerie was like, Kyle and Ryan were saying that there is a celebrity woman who might be in the Traitors. So I propose we might do either Ryan or Kyle, And Cody was like, we should do Kyle maybe because it'll throw everybody off. And Cerie was like, well, why not Ryan?
Well, Ryan would do the same thing.
And then she, what?
Cut the bullshit.
Cerie said, I know that's your boy. I know you know him. I know you have a relationship with him in real life. And you don't have to lie because I already know. And Cody was like, I've never met him one time in my life. And Cerie says, then let's vote Ryan. Let's vote him. And, like,
and then she has a diary, and this one she just eats it up. Oh. She's like, I've been going along with the voting being very passive, but tonight the vote will go the way I want it to go. Period. Now that's motherfucking mother. And who got killed, bitch?
Girl, honestly, I was like, oh, did Cerie not get what she want? Girl, I don't know.
Be serious. Be so serious.
Girl,
be so serious. They, they have to edit it for the viewers. She may not get her way. As soon as mother said she was going to get her way, we knew. We knew.
So Cody was like, okay, let's vote Ryan then, And Cody, because he's a man, I'm sorry, he has an ego. And he doesn't like, a lot of men with egos don't like to be wrong. So even though he lied straight to Cerie's face, probably, because Cerie called him out, he wanted to prove that he was telling.
I'll put him out right now.
So Cody's like, I'll vote Ryan out. I'll vote Ryan out.
Okay, well, let's
do it. Basically. And so they start going back and forth. And Cody was like, Cerie was like, well, why not Ryan? And Cody was like, I feel like you're only doing Ryan because you think I have a relationship with him. And Christian tries to chime in and be like, calm down. And Cerie's like, no, let me talk to him. Since he want to get amped up a little bit, like, what's tea? Like, what's tea? So they get amped up. Cody feels like, I just think like you think I know him. And Cerie was like, well, bro, you don't know him for real? And then we end it right there in the middle of the argument.
Yeah. And then basically transfers into episode 5, where they start from the same point at the end of that, basically.
Yeah. So they go to episode 5 and they're basically like, okay, so we agree it's gonna be either Ryan or Kyle. And then that's kind of
Cerie really finessed that. Like she really did.
Ate that up. So boom, we go into this episode. We go to the breakfast. Amanda, Kate, and Stephanie come in. Stephanie was like, I thought it was you, Kate, and she's telling that to her face. And in the diary room, she's like, I still think it's Kate.
I still think it's Kate.
Kate could be a traitor. After that, Shelby and Rachel come in, and Kate has a diary room. She's like, honestly, Rachel's personality is just annoying. It's abrasive. I don't really trust her because when Rachel comes in, Rachel got to say something. She got to laugh. Rachel has like a voice.
And it's funny because Kate definitely thinks Rachel's a traitor just because she's annoying. She's like, and I'm pretty sure if she found out that she wasn't, she'd still be like, she know.
So after this, Ari, Cerie, and Angelica come in. Stephanie says, it's going to be another vote that's just not going to make no damn sense because the people left, it's like, these people not making sense already. So after this, Quentin and Andy come in, and Cerie has a diary room. She's like, Stephanie is a smart girl.
But she thinking too much, basically.
I want to maintain that alliance and support from her because, whatever next move she's going to figure out, I don't need it to be me. So I need to maintain my support with her.
Honestly, the way Stephanie walks around saying how much she trusts Cerie, like, I don't think she catching that. I don't think because she's also way too deep into shit with people that's actually not, like, literally not at all.
Literally. Child. So after this, Kristen and Cody walk in, and that means they're missing Kyle and Ryan. Now, when Kristen and Cody walk in, they sit at the end of the table next to each other. And Christian, he's like, oh my God, this is just so surprising. Kyle and Ryan.
Oh my God.
The most surprising thing. Like, who would do something like that? Like, is it Kyle and Ryan it is, you
said? And so we have that room, as she does. Period. She says, Christian, this is giving bad acting. If I see it, I know other people do. And it's like, it makes me feel like people just might not be paying attention to him for real. Because like it is obvious. That's fucking shit.
And at the same
Every
time,
time
Cody
he talks,
was
he sounds like an excited little kid. Yeah, Cody looked like he had diarrhea. Like he's sweating, shook, scared, and panicking. Like you could tell.
Literally. So Stephanie says, either way, it sucks because I trusted both of those guys, and both of those guys are people I trusted. So, but Kyle comes in. It was Ryan who got voted out. We flash back, and we basically see in the flashback, Cody is like, "I want to do Ryan. I don't care." And Siri's like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm down." So boom, they do Ryan.
It's so funny because when Kyle walks in, you see Sari, how she grabs for arm and shirt. Sari be acting down, bitch.
Sari's acting is phenomenal. Like, girl, she makes faces, she gasps, she looks, she smiles, and, like, oh my god. So, boom.
Meanwhile, Christian talking too damn much, and Cody for the shit himself. Like
this was the only good traitor, I feel. So Ryan gets his little diary room note, and then at the breakfast table, they're mourning Ryan damn near. They're like, damn, he was so good for morale, and damn, this really sucks. This was a hit to us. Like, they got him with Ryan, y'all. Oh no.
And here comes Kate, the strategist that she is, the manipulator, the puppet master she is. She's like, the traitor needs two things: someone to blame it on, and then someone to murder. So Ryan was just a murderer. So who can take the blame for it? And honestly, I felt that kind of snowball in people's head. It really did. Like, I don't. Maybe they got a point about Kate. Like, because this kind of, I feel like, in my opinion, sparked the whole. Well, it would be someone probably close to him to deflect that it's not them.
Yeah. So, which it was.
That's exactly what it was, actually.
So this is when Alan comes in. He gives his little exit speech for Ryan. Alan leaves. After that, they're about to disperse. And Cody starts whispering sweet nothings to Kyle.
For what?
Cody says, hey, Ryan said that you, Ari, and Rachel are the people that he was worried about. Girl.
That shit doesn't even make sense. And I feel like, honestly, what makes it so clockable is like, did Ryan say anybody? For real? Like,
did Ryan really say? You're telling me Ryan told you a name? Ryan Lochte said a name. Let alone 3. let alone
mine. Like Cody. Like, it's like, Cody, did you want to get caught? Like, this is like.
It's giving Cody was just like, Kate, I want to go home. I'm tired.
Honestly, he was like, let me do something to get the fuck up out of here. Because I'm over it. Like, I'm tired. Like,
because this isn't giving the Cody I know.
It's really not. Like, that's not a Cody type move. Like, Cody is very, he's not for the best. Derek, he's very calculated. He's more emotional than a Derek, but he still knows how to take himself out of it and go back to that, basically, game bot. So, like I said, it's really interesting to see him breaking down like this because I feel like he wasn't the traitor role in Big Brother, but that's the game he played. He was lying and smiling in people's faces for 80-something days, and now you mean to tell me he can't do it for 5? I don't know. Like, it low-key is giving he just wanted to go home.
Literally. So, Kyle whispers to Rachel as he gets up. And he's like, I think we found a flip-flopper. So, after that, Kyle, he talks to Kate, I believe. And he's like, was it Kate? It's Stephanie. Kyle talks to Stephanie. And he's like, I think Cody just blew his cover. And Kyle tells her, he's like, Cody said that me, Ari, and Rachel were the names that Ryan said, and it's just not giving that. And Kyle and Stephanie are clearly really, really close. So Stephanie takes this, and this means a lot for her. So remember.
And then also we know, it's not described too much, but Stephanie and Rachel have a relationship. Rachel assumed Cody was the traitor day one, so I wouldn't be surprised if Stephanie has that information already as well, and this is just reconfirming some things that was already said. Yeah.
And so Kyle has a diary and he's like, I know for a fact Ryan would never throw my name out. So Cody is just exposing his ass right the fuck now.
And it's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that was dumb.
That was crazy.
It really feel like he had to have wanted to go home because that makes no sense. Or at least just those names. He didn't have to say shit at all. And that's the problem with Cody and Christian. Why y'all saying anything? We don't say shit. So we don't speak unless spoken to.
And that's what you got to do. There's no reason to speak. Girl, so anyways, after this, we see Andy talking to Serena and Angelica, and basically they were like, they think it's Kyle because it has to be someone who's close to Ryan. And they're doing that as they're walking like to a room.
Mm-hmm.
We flash to Rachel. Rachel walks in and she's like, it's a room full of people, and Kate's in the room. So Rachel walks in and she's like, how y'all doing? How are y'all? And Kate stands up
immediately
as Rachel is sitting down and walks out the room.
And Rachel's like,
so Rachel has a diary.
Rachel be
like,
so gagged.
Rachel, that's the thing. Rachel, you can hit Rachel. Like, if anybody's gonna be hit,
Rachel gonna take everything personal. Is this how she was in Big Brother? I didn't watch any of her seasons live.
1000%. But she was a lot. She takes a lot of things personal, but shit do be personal with her. Well, it was.
Well, I was saying like
the issue is people genuinely don't like Rachel as a person. So it kind of
and
is.
She be confused. She be like, because like I know in Rachel, her mind, she's like, I'm a good person. It's like, I was like, Rachel is a good person. She just annoying.
She's just annoying, and people just don't like her personality. It's like that's kind of personal. You just don't like.
And I was telling Farrah off the potty like. Rachel also seems to have one of those personalities where it's like if she know you don't like her, she's gonna keep messing with you. Because I've seen clips of her picking with Danny and BB13, picking with Reagan and BB12. Like she loves to mess with, but she cannot stand her presence. And then she loves to play dumb. Like, well, I don't understand. Like, why are you talking to her? Now in this instance, she walked in the room. This not on her. Kate just don't like that girl. But I do think Rachel has a tendency to do that because. Their interactions throughout, I will say, it is mainly Kate just clocking her after Rachel saying anything. But Rachel would sit there and be like, "Well, Kate, why did you? And it's like, why are you talking to me? I don't like you."
And you know you don't. And you know I don't like you. So, anyways, Kate has diary. She said, "I just need a break from Rachel. I'm sorry."
It's funny because this happened to Rachel every damn show, basically. Like, damn. At this point, Rachel, baby, this is you.
Like it is. It is. Like I'm sorry. So we hop to Quentin. He's talking to Amanda and Andy, and he's like, I'm kind of changing my mind about Kate, and I think it's Kyle.
No, he's saying he isn't changing his
mind. I'm
not
not changing my mind about Kate, but I also think it's Kyle a little bit because Kyle interjects and he does a lot of deflecting. He does a lot of rallying of groups. So now I think it's Kate and Kyle. So
and like it's hilarious that like now you're gonna start going after the people that's actually helping. like
the two people who have said correct names, like
literally. Basically, the three people. Well, I guess the traitors got out Ryan, so that's not on the faithfuls. But it's like three people in the world have went home who have been right, but we moved.
So Rachel literally. So Rachel goes back at Rachel and them. Rachel tells the group, she's like, I tried to talk to Kate numerous times, and she just doesn't talk to me, and I just don't know. And then Kate walks in, and Rachel they were basically like, yeah, you walked out when Rachel walked in a little bit. And Kate was like, well, I just think people need their privacy at this point of the game. So, I just let y'all have y'all conversation. And Rachel was like, but I think it's personal. It just
feels personal. And then Kate was like, nothing is personal. I don't know you. I don't know you. No, why did Kate gag her like this? I'm sorry. Like, I feel... No, Rachel, baby, you gotta get up because Kate is really tagging you every time. Every time.
I'm sorry. So Rachel leaves, and then he has a diary room. She's like, Rachel and Kate have like this tension going on, and as a traitor, I think it might be good to keep both of them around. They can both be shield. So
and it's like, period, protect Kate. We love to see it. I don't mind Rachel staying either. Rachel, she's bringing it. And it was good TV. Stay. Love it.
Because some of the girls aren't good TV.
Some of the girls aren't doing anything at all.
They can go. So in the car on the way to the motherfucking task, Rachel's in the car, and Rachel's basically like, yeah, I'm voting Kate tonight because I think Kate is a traitor. Kate has to be a traitor because Kate doesn't like me. So Kate is a traitor, and I don't like her.
And it's just like, where is the Rachel that thought Cody, the actual traitor, was a traitor?
Like, where did she go?
Because she got caught up on Brandy and Kate, and she was like,
She just forgot that Cody existed. Like, damn.
She's like, I'll handle that later. Because I like even with Rachel, like she's using the word like manipulator, puppet master. It's just like, okay, if you think she's a traitor, is it giving that? It's not
giving that type of traitor, girl. But anyways, in Kate's car,
I want to take this. I want to take this. So it's Kate, Ari, Andy, and Serena in the car. She says, you know what? You want some honesty, Rachel? It looks like you get dressed for the community theater. Not a community theater. And she said, you're literally the only person that thinks it's cool to have the first Big Brother baby. No one cares.
And it's like Rachel has to have brought it up.
But you know what's also hilarious is that like Rachel has been in fights, but like on reality TV. So it's been on like strategic reality TV where it's like it really matters if you argue with people. So it's funny to see her in this environment with someone like Kate. That's just like, she's not playing these games with you. Like, because Kate has never had to argue this. I'm pretty sure Kate has never had to argue on TV in the sense where it was like, if I argue with you, I'm going to go home. Yeah. So she's here like, I'm going to say whatever. Because this is not, Rachel is used to an environment where you can't say certain things because you want to play the game, you want to get to the end. Kate doesn't give a damn. Don't give a fuck. It's hilarious because you would think like, Rachel and Kate, I feel like, are in similar categories of person, archetype in a way, but Rachel is not keeping up.
Rachel's not keeping up. Rachel was not a housewife, babe. Rachel was not on them boats. Rachel was in that big girl house. She had to keep it cute. Like, girl. So they pull up to a motherfucking church. At the church, they walk in. They see a bunch of people in masks.
Gold mask, girl. It was giving purge.
Sitting all over. They're the congregation, bitch. So Alan lets them know there's $20,000 somewhere among this congregation. And good, you're already split into teams. So there's team 1 and team 2. Team 1 is Amanda, Stephanie, Christian, Shelby, Sari, and Quentin. Team 2 is Andy, Rachel, Kate, Kyle, Ari, Angelica, Cody. So one person from each team will have to enter the truth booth and be given what's it called? The confessional booth. And they'll be given a riddle. The answer to the riddle will lead you to an item that one of these people in the crowd have. If you get the item, you earn $5,000 for the pot. There's 4 rounds and there's 1 guest per round. So it's like they're on teams, but it's just really deciding who's going to get the money, not like y'all not going to get the money.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kyle has a diary room. He's like, I'm suspicious of Cody. I'm going to keep my eye on him during the challenge, period. So round 1, Sari and Cody go first. So they both go to the confessional booth and they listen to Alan. Alan says, the clue you need can be found in paragraph 25, line 4. So they run back to their teams to tell them the paragraph, the line. And Cody forgot the damn line, the paragraph. He has to listen to Sari. So he hears Sari say it and he gives it to him. And it's like, put a pin in that Cody forgot because he did forget. Like what? So they start looking through which paragraph it is in the book that they're looking in. The book of riddles, bitch. So it says, the riddle, when they find it, says, people look through me, but I'm not a ghost. I come in different shapes and sizes, and my use requires a host.
And I immediately clocked that it was glasses. I feel like
I thought masks.
As a glasses user, I feel like it's really easy. Like I would have got that so quick.
Period. I know that's right. So team 1 was like, "Ooh, it's glasses," and team 1 is Sari and them team, and then the other team, which has Rachel on it and them, Rachel and Cody and them. They was like, is it a magnifying glass? Like, what is it? And they didn't really know what it was. So team 1 looked into the crowd. They found a nigga with glasses. They asked him for the coin. They got it right. So team 1 got the first point, and Cody has a diary room, and he's like, you know what? I can feel Kyle's energy towards you changing.
And it's like, period, Cody. He the fuck.
Burger King. So he's like, I know that Kyle is on to me because his body language has changed, period. So round 2, team 1 has to re-go again because she's that much of that girl. And Ari goes for team 2. It's in paragraph 17, line 3. The riddle is, I'm here every night, although I appear... What the fuck is it? Oh, I'm gone every day. I'm gone every day, but I'm there till I fall. And it's the moon, y'all. Girl.
I wouldn't have got that. I was confused. I was like, what?
But they got it.
Well, so it wasn't the moon. It was the stars.
Oh, it wasn't the moon. They initially thought it was the moon. And so they were looking for a moon. They couldn't find one. Then they found a girl with team 1, saw a girl with stars. And they're like, y'all, it's stars.
Mm-hmm.
So team one gets it. Boom.
Well, Rachel tried it at first, and she
tries.
got it wrong.
Rachel tries for the wrong person. She gets it wrong. Kate gags her and is like, well, how about you let us get a few more options?
Maybe not, run. Let's figure it out, babe.
Literally. Kate has Darm. She says, I don't think Rachel's a traitor, but I just want her to go home because she annoys me. And it's like, okay, queen. You just don't like her, and I love that for you. She said, I don't know if she's a traitor, but I just want her to go home anyways. Round 3, Shelby and Kyle do the booth. They come back. The riddle was, and this is what happens. Kyle forgets his line. And when Kyle forgets his line, Cody has a diary. He's like, I don't know how Kyle forgot his line. The fuck? And it's like, Cody, baby, you forgot your line a little bit. So Cody has to go. But
Kyle had to go all the way back.
Yeah, Kyle had to go all the way back.
No, and it's like, baby, it's literally 4 words.
Baby. And as he goes, literally, and as he goes back, the riddle is being read by team 1, who's eating it up. I have no arms, but I do have hands. What? Yes, I'm made of metal. Some can't resist. I wait for no one, and I'm found on a wrist, and it's a watch. Baby, I would have been confused about that one.
But it has to be a specific watch because there are multiple people wearing watches, but it has to be a metal watch.
So they see a bunch of people,
and that's what fucked the other team up.
And team 1, they saw one with a watch, and they're like, "Oh, it's him. He has a watch." So they picked the first one with a watch, and it was wrong. And then they were like, "No, it's a metal watch. It's made of metal." So Christian finds the nigga with the metal watch. Boom, he gets it right. So team 1 gets a point, or is that team 2?
No, only one team gets team 1.
The winning team continues to get another point. So round 4, this is the last round. It's Stephanie LaGrossa and Angelica. Baby, they go through it. The quiz is, you don't want to come near me, but I love
a light hug, a tight hug.
A tight hug. Though I have no arms, not even to shrug. Feel my layers peel off me. I once came from an egg. Try your best to catch me, because I lack a good leg.
And that's a snitty snake.
And they got it real fast, or one of them got it real fast. It was like, oh, that's the snake. I knew that immediately. So, baby, team 1 gets it again, babe. They got all the points. They ate it up. The other team flopped.
Bad. All 4 rounds out.
Didn't get nothing.
And, this is why I started thinking, like, honestly, like, there are ways to really spice this thing up. Like, I mean, and they kind of started doing it later on. Like, they have this shield thing for safety. Yeah. But I feel like, imagine if the entire team won immunity and then only this other team is eligible for banishment or murder. You know what I mean? Like, there's really a lot of ways you could spice this game up.
Mm-hmm. So Christian has his diary room, and he's like, I feel like I built camaraderie. That's what I'm here for as a trader. I need to build camaraderie. And it's like, okay, girl.
And I guess the thing is, I guess it's working. Like, we're the only ones who think he's a traitor. That's
true.
And that's a problem.
That's true. So back at the castle.
I do kind of almost wish they didn't tell us so I can, like, guess and see. But at the same time, it's all edited. Like, you wouldn't know for sure unless you're in there. Even with the moles, like, they edited it a little bit to try and trick us.
If I didn't know, I don't think I would. I would not know. I would not know for real.
I just feel like I definitely know who I wouldn't think it was. And you can just possibly elimination out for that.
Period. So, back at the castle, Rachel talks to Christian alone. And she's like, by the way, I trust you 100%. And it's like, damn.
Which I really feel like was some bullshit. I don't think Rachel meant that. I hope not.
I was like, damn, really? And she was like, but I don't trust Kate.
You know what? I know she was bullshitting. She just wanted the bitches to devote Kate because she mentions this conversation basically, let's vote Kate, and then she has a diary and she's like, I'm gonna try to get everybody to vote Kate.
Literally. That's literally what happens. So after that, Rachel goes and talks to Quentin and Saria about Kate. And Quentin was like, I'm highly suspicious of Kate. Quentin loves jumping on the shits. So Rachel, Quentin is like, yeah, Kate has been suspicious, and the Ryan vote was something that made me point towards Kate. It's like, okay, girl. Mm-hmm. Saria has,
but then he also mentions again, because like it's like now, like Kate's there, he's back on mainly Kyle.
Mm-hmm. And Saria has a diary room, and she's like, I've been throwing out Kyle's name twice today, so maybe it'll be a good idea for the traitors to let Kyle know this information. Saria goes to Kyle and she tells him, people are floating your name. Mm-hmm. And Kyle was like, well, Saria, someone this morning told me some information, and I just don't want to say who it was. So Saria takes that and it's like, you know what? She has a diary. She says, if you don't want to tell me who it was, he doesn't trust me.
That's a motherfucking problem, bitch.
That's a problem, period.
And I think it was a very interesting decision to go and tell him people were saying his name. Like, that was kind of one of her more bolder decisions. But you see, her shit don't get out. So
Saria telling him that has caused him to go into kind of a frenzy. So he starts walking around. So Kyle approaches Kate. And he looks her in the eye. He's like, I'm a faithful. You're a faithful. I'm a faithful. I'm telling you this. You got to trust me. Then Kyle goes to Ari. He's like, I feel good with you, and I really, really trust you. And me and you and Rachel, we have similar suspicions. And then Kyle goes to Andy, and Kyle puts Andy to the side. Kyle's like, Andy, I fully, fully trust you. And I'm telling you, someone came to me earlier this morning after the Ryan vote, and they said that Ryan said my name, Ari's name, and Rachel, and I know he didn't. And that was the traitor who spread that. And Andy was like,
Andy clocked.
That's Cody. And Kyle was like, that's Cody. And I need your help.
Now, I thought they clocked for the better, but we'll see at the round table. I guess the fuck not. But it's really interesting that they mentioned Cody. You would think that would mean that they also thought it may have been Cody because the fact that their mind went straight there. It's like, clearly you was thinking it too. Yeah. I guess the fuck not. And it also goes to show, like, they mentioned earlier that Andy is someone that a lot of people are close with. Yeah. Like, Kyle was not telling anyone this information but Steph. And then the only person he told was Andy. And Andy put that knife right back in his bag. No shit.
So Cody has a diary room before the round table. He's like, Kyle is on to me. I think I've slipped up with him, so I need to do some damage control. Boom. At the round table.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Going in. Here go Rachel. I'm so very confident that I'm supposed to get our cake.
My girl.
Good luck, mamas.
Please. So at the round table, Andy starts it off this time. Andy's like, I think I want to start it off. Andy says, I've heard a few names being chirped around, but what stood out to me the most
was Kyle.
Was you, Kyle. And I felt like, I was really trusting of you, but watching you run around today, panicked, it just showed me another side.
And I immediately text Pharaoh, Andy is dumb. Because what?
Y'all,
they literally said, I heard you running around to different groups, defending yourself after your name had been said. Literally. And I just feel like that was a little bit, it was a sign. It was shade. It is like, he did so because his name was being said. How is it shady? I was just like, Andy has lost the plot. Like, wow. And I feel bad for Kyle. Literally. I will say, low-key, Kyle is karma for what you did to Michael, because Andy played in his face the same way Kyle played in Michael's face. He's like, well, you just said, but imagine just telling the bitch something, and then coming to the round table. Well, Lee just said that he thinks, and it's like, I was shut down. You know what? Fuck it. Vote me out then, bitch. Since that's what y'all want to do. That's what we doing. Vote me out. I don't even care. I'm not defending myself. Nope.
So Kyle is like, I've been 100% genuine with you. Someone said something to me today, and you know what? It was Cody. And he just says it. He's like, someone said something. Cody said that. Oh, actually, he doesn't say it was Cody. Here, he says it later. He says someone.
Yeah, they asked who, and it's Crickets.
They ask him to say a name. It's Crickets. He doesn't want to say a name. Then Quentin says, Kyle, you're people's number 1, 2, or 3. People want you out. So, I mean, what's the tea? Then
this when he like,
Kyle says, you know what? Someone, Cody, who's usually able to manipulate people, very much so, has done it before, twice. The fuck told me last night before the round table that Ryan said to him, Kyle, Rachel, and Ari are the names. And those are 2 names I know Ryan would have never said. So, Cody, what's tea? Cody, did he really tell you this?
He said, Cody straight up. And Cody did Ryan say those names?
And Cody said, yup, those 3 names.
Straight to my face?
And Kyle was like, are you going to tell me that? Straight to my face. Sari has a diary. Sari says, Cody, what are you doing? Because what the fuck? Like,
she be like, going on? Who did they pair me with? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Literally. So Stephanie times in, and she says, Cody, I know you're a lot like me, and I know if
wait, pause. Yes. When she first said that, I'm thinking, she about to defend him. She about to go these back. You're a lot like me, Cody.
She says, you're a lot like me, and I know if I was a traitor, I'd be afraid to talk. I'd be afraid to be in the mess, and that's
how you're acting. Yeah. And then this is low-key when Cody gagged out. Cody says, look. The game I played on Big Brother, he said it took him a long time to warm up to people because, he didn't really trust people. He says speaking up in group settings make him kind of uncomfortable unless he's being attacked like he is now, because he basically ain't a pussy and is going to step the fuck up. And he says verbatim, sorry, this game is not even close to Big Brother. Not the same game. At all. And it's like, what you trying to say?
Why is he shading the traitors?
I know Alan was like, what the fuck? The producer in the room, the cameraman, like, well, damn, bitch. Like, what the, like, what you trying to say? Look, I'm going to decipher what Cody basically said.
Oh, shit.
He said, this ain't got shit on Big Brother. This is not a game.
This is not giving Big Brother.
Bitch. This is Monopoly compared to Big Brother. This is motherfucking, like, this is a Skype game. This is a Skype mini compared to Big Brother.
Bitch. Like, please be for real.
Like, I'm not taking this serious. Like,
so, Rachel. Here go Rachel. I don't know why we switched off the person who we know is a traitor. That's Kate. I don't know why we switched it to Cody.
So to Cody. I just don't get that. It's like, first of all, who said it was Kate unless it's you?
Like, damn. Rachel just saying anything. So Rachel was like, if Michael was a faithful person, and Kate said Michael, it gotta be Kate. And Kate was like, girl, I was just wrong. Like, I was just wrong. Like, I'm sorry. And then Ari was like, Kate has a big personality, and I just don't believe a traitor would be as boisterous as her. And here goes Stephanie.
Which is the truth, 1,000%.
I agree. Here goes Stephanie. Well, I do think Kate is a traitor, And Kate was like, well, of course you do.
Kate don't give a damn. Okay.
Damn.
And
like,
that's a good back and forth. That's a good back and forth right here. Because Stephanie's basically like, well, how many names have you said at the table? And Kate's like, I suspected everybody. Mm-hmm. I thought, well, no, you said more names. That's what Stephanie comes and says. And she's just like, well, I've been open, so fuck you.
Fuck you. It's like, okay.
So it's like, but honestly, I don't know why Stephanie's trying to press her like that. Like, what do you even talk? Because when she like, what do you mean? What other names has she said? She's really only said Michael, and now what has she even been? Oh, Rachel.
Girl,
like, calm down.
So we get to the vote, y'all, and y'all, that man Kyle is out.
Yeah.
Andy might have gagged. I don't know.
Andy ate it up.
Damn near everybody voted Kyle, except Rachel. Rachel voted Kate. Kyle also voted Kate, and Stephanie also voted Kate. That was it. And it's like Rachel and Stephanie just don't like her. Say that. Damn near. So boom, we get to the circle of truth. Kyle steps up. He says, for being someone who's outspoken and extroverted, I still get nervous in these situations. But bitch, I'm a faithful. And it's like, damn. Cherie has a dime. She's like, Cody brought suspicion on himself. There was no reason for Cody to say what Ryan was saying. I don't know why Cody's saying anything. Cody has a diary. He's like, damn, now I got to do damage control. So as they're walking out, Cody starts talking to people. He's talking to Ari. He's like, I only told Kyle that because I wanted to help Kyle. Like, I don't know why he would say anything. Like, I wanted to help Kyle and the people that Ryan said, and I didn't want it to get out, and I just wanted to help Kyle and Rachel. And it's like, okay, Cody, like, do your damage control. So after that, there's a quick little chat. And Angelica was like, if I was a traitor, I would love what just happened. And Cody starts mentioning that he thinks it might be Stephanie.
Mm-hmm. Stephanie's questionable. And it's like,
now Stephanie's questionable. Stephanie is in another group, and she says, I'm 99% sure it's Cody. Like, I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to get voted out early, but baby, it's Cody. Like, it's Cody. And
her reason is basically that, like, Kyle told her it was Cody, and now Kyle is out. So, and she also was kind of doing a good strategy here. I don't know if this is 100% just her. I don't know if she's actively thinking this, but she's telling who she's speaking to. Was it Kyle she's talking to? No. Kyle,
I don't know who it was.
She's talking to Quentin and Ari. Okay. And she's basically saying, like, Cody knows that I'm onto him. Like, he knows that. And I feel like she's saying that because, bitch, if I go, it's him.
It's Cody. Period. So, we're on our way to the Traitors Tourette, and Alan lets us know that Amanda has to leave the castle for reasons outside of her control. It's like, damn, that sucks. But hey, we move.
Mm-hmm.
At the Traitors Correct, Sari basically is like, Cody, what the fuck?
Get it together, babe.
And Cody was like, I just thought I could gain trust. And
No.
And then Christian has the diary. He's like, baby, Cody is just going out of his way to just do random stuff. People are on
And it's
him.
like, we really thought Christian was going to be the downfall of the Traitors. And it's like, Cody is really out here fucking up. Big brother winner, Cody?
Girl.
Daddy, see
Girl. So as they're talking, there's a knock on the Traitor.
Child. And that's the end of episode 5.
And
now, I'm sitting here thinking, Kyle's gonna walk in that door and become a traitor. That's exactly.
I was
like, Kyle's gonna walk in and become a traitor.
I was literally thinking something.
Especially when Amanda happened to leave. I was like, of course. But no.
Mm-hmm. That was not it. So, boom. We start episode 6 and we see Alan walks in.
Okay. What's tea?
He says, we made it to the halfway point, bitches. There's finna be a twist.
A twist those twists.
So instead of voting out one person to murder, you have to put 3 people on trial. So of those 3 people on trial, one of those are going to be who you end up murdering tomorrow, bitch. So this is when they decide who the 3 people are. They kind of quickly decide they finna get the emotional girlies. Yeah. They're going to get the emotional girlies.
The people who are the highest suspects.
The dramatics.
Like,
so they're like, we're going to put
everyone is looking at, basically.
Everybody's looking at. They have the dramatics. So they put Kate, Rachel, and Angelica.
And it's so hilarious. Because for some reasons, when they do the nominations, they flash to a scene of the person they're speaking of. So they flashed her in a tub. They got Kate in a tub with bubbles, bitch. Like, what's going on? Like
what?
And then they say Rachel that bitch. Rachel outside the castle giving a straight runway walk.
Period. Like, what's happening?
And then Angelica, she putting her makeup on. It's like they really ate. They really ate.
5-second cue cards they gave them to do. Okay, Rachel, give us a cute walk. Like, what is this?
Okay, smile at the camera, Rachel.
Literally.
When was this filmed? like
literally,
honestly,
it was getting like preseason.
And why was Kate in the tub?
Eating it up with the bubbles, bitch.
Come on,
bubble bath. The fuck. So we at the breakfast. Quentin, Christian, and Kate come in first. Kate has a diary room. She was like, "At this point, I'm a hostage because I'm ready to go home." And it's like, period. So you will see Kate this entire episode, y'all. Ready to go home.
Not playing. Kate is no longer part of the game.
It's over. Quentin has diary room, and he's like, it's halfway through, and I want to win, but I want to win with the people who are actually trying to help us. And it's like,
and it's like, honestly, that does not fucking matter. But we move.
Really
I will say, it depends on how greedy you are, because I would be opposed to wanting more of the money, so I can not have to share with that many people. I'm not gonna lie.
Exactly, and I agree.
Like if I was a traitor. And if I was Sari, Cody and Christian would have
to go. Traitor. Christian is traitor. I don't know. So after that, Angelica, Rachel, and Ari walk in. Kate says, that's a funny outfit. She kind of just says it to herself. When you see somebody, you're like, I wouldn't.
She literally laughed and said, "Oh, that's a funny outfit."
And so they're talking about who they think might get sent home. And Rachel says, I think it's Shelby. And Kate's like, well, how do you know?
Obvious.
How do you know? Because you thought I was a traitor and I wouldn't pick that outfit either. So I just don't trust your opinion.
I don't think we can trust your judgment, actually. And Rachel's like, so now you're coming for my outfit? Wow. Well, good morning, Kate. And it's like, no, Rachel, guide that bitch back.
She was like, well, I wouldn't have chose that ugly vest.
And it's like, you thought you ate that? And then she says something. She's like, well, Princess Diana, I'm assuming Princess Diana wore the vest or something.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Kate said, Princess Diana wore this. I don't know.
I'm just saying. Anyways.
But after that,
to be fair, I will say, both of them looked a mess.
They both looked a mess. Kate had some hat on.
Rachel has the most festive outfits for Scotland. She said, oh, yes,
what
bitch.
she's wearing. I think she went to Scotland.com. I found her wardrobe on there because
Scotland.com.
.gov, maybe. I don't know. So, Sari, Shelby, and Stephanie walk in. Sari has a diary room, and she says, not the 3 people we nominated sitting right next to each other. it's like they're literally sitting next to each other. So Andy and Cody are the last one left, and people are like, "Ooh!" And Stephanie has diary. She's like, "Well, I know it's not going to be Cody who's gone."
You know, Stephanie's always very sure who the traitor is.
She's very, very sure. She says Cody will be walking through, and I know it. Boom, Andy walks through. She's not gagged though. She's like, So Andy walks through.
She knew.
And this is when we see that when Cerie said Andy has control, so I will be friends with Andy. Cerie said that because Andy has a diary room, and they were like, "Well, I'm just happy to see Cerie. I don't give a fuck about nobody else. Cerie
Nobody
is
else.
The only consistent.
That's family.
That's family.
They said family. Cerie, what are you doing?
No, Cerie met Cerie met them 10 days ago.
Probably not even that.
Or less. And now, Cerie's in
They're family. Cerie, the strategist that you are, the social player that you are, the icon that you are, the mother of reality TV. I don't know a better woman. Name one, quickly.
I can't.
Come on. Chelsea, come on now. I can't.
So Andy walks in, so that means Cody didn't walk in. So for a second they're like, "Ooh, okay." But boom, Cody walks in.
They were not that gagged, the fact that Cody walked. I was like, what the hell?
At all. They were not that gagged at all. But no one was murdered. Alan walks in and he's like, as we know, y'all, Amanda had to go. So, there wasn't a murder tonight, but the twist don't stop in the Traitors' house. So Kate, Angelica, and Rachel, I have something for you.
Child.
He gives them their letters and they open the letters and Rachel dramatic ass. So we see, you are hereby served official notice that you are put on trial and face the possibility for murder tonight, which means all the other faithfuls are safe. The only people who are eligible to be murdered are the 3 people who were chosen, which is Angelica, Kate, and Rachel. Boom.
I was like, damn.
So Rachel has desire, and she's like, honestly, if I was everybody else, I would be having a party. I would be chilling because no one has to be worried but us. Kate has a diary room. She's like, the Traitors are just obsessed with me. And one way or another, I will be going home tonight because I'm ready to go.
It's getting that she's not running out. She will be leaving voluntarily.
That's literally what it gave. And here go Christian screaming at the top of his lungs. Well, actually, one of y'all could still be traitors. One of you 3 could still be a traitor. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the people who aren't y'all are traitors.
And it's like, we get it. I'm not a traitor, so I definitely don't know what the decision would have been, but honestly, the traitor could still
be. Like girl. So Angelica's crying. She's like, I'm just a faithful.
As per usual.
I don't know why you don't think I'm a faithful. I was like, girl, what?
Okay, you said that. You just nominated, babe.
Literally.
You're the least they think is a goddamn faithful. Traitor.
Right. So they walk out. They're done with breakfast. And we see Cerie and Ari. Cerie talks to Ari real quick. She's like, do you think Kate is a traitor? Because I don't think it is. And it's like, Cerie is just an actor. Because
this how you play it. Anytime you see somebody talking to somebody else, it's like, well, what do you think?
Do you think that?
And they just give her the information every time.
Girl.
I could have clocked Cerie.
Bye.
I could have clocked Cerie. I do.
Family.
She would have. That was my mom. I ain't gonna cry.
So Kate says, Rachel's a traitor and I hate missions, so I'm just glad I'm finna leave. She has diary. She's like, the traitors finna take the money anyway, so I'm just ready to leave. We're not gonna win. Like, it doesn't matter. And it's like, she's low-key right. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all.
She in the conversation with Angelica. She's like, Angelica, you should be happy because Rachel's a traitor and I'm going home tonight. I hate missions. So, you're good.
You're good. So Cody consoles Angelica a little bit because she was taking it hard, and Cody has a diary room. And he's like, I just feel bad in this moment for Angelica because she's on the chopping block and blah blah blah. It's like,
one thing Cody gonna do is protect the blonde, ain't he?
Period. From infinity to infinity.
He gonna protect his blonde every season he on of anything. He gonna
and his. So Kate talks to Cerie and Shelby, and Cerie was like, Kate, I don't think you're one of the traitors. And Kate's like, it's because it's Rachel. Rachel's a traitor.
And then she just starts killing it.
Rachel's a traitor. Rachel's a traitor. Rachel's a traitor. Rachel's a traitor. Hey, Rachel. Hey. Anyways, so she starts yelling. It's like, why are you yelling this? What's going on?
Because Rachel's a traitor.
And Shelby has a diary room, and we see that Shelby's on the same page because Shelby's like, I do think Rachel is in fact a traitor. It's like, Shelby, where are you? Where are you at?
Not on the right page, of course.
On the wrong page. So after that, Stephanie talks to Angelica. She was like, we know Kate is one of the traitors, but the other one is who? It is Cody, right? And so she's trying to spread this Cody narrative. And she mentions again, like, since Kyle called Cody out, Kyle's gone. I think it's Cody. Mm-hmm. So Stephanie starts pulling people aside.
And like, I ain't gonna lie, Stephanie low key.
Girl.
She having a redemption era.
She starts pulling people aside, and she walks up to a group of people. She's like, can I just throw something out? And they're like, please. Say the name. And she's like, I just want to throw out, who is the obvious traitor? And they were like, say the name. And she's like, Cody. And they was like, oh, I didn't think you were going to say that name.
And he's like, well, also Kate. But
also Kate. But Cody. And Rachel was like, for sure Cody's a traitor. Cody is a traitor.
She's like, girl, but you been talking about goddamn Kate for the last few episodes.
And here go Quentin. Quentin is like, no, I trust Cody a little bit. And we'll see this theme, y'all. Quentin trusts Cody.
And I will say, like, that's one thing that Cody got. Like, his social game is immaculate, bitch. Like, I don't know how he does it, but he knows how to make people feel like they're his number one. Like, it's so weird. It's like Cody is someone that everyone wants to be so a little bit. Like, everyone wants to work with him. They want to trust him. They want to be around him, basically. Yeah. And it will be me too. Because I'm not voting his ass out. He's not getting banished.
Period. He will be here as long as I'm here. The fuck?
Traitor, I'm a traitor.
Christian has a diary and he's like, I'm feeling scared for me and Sari because people are on to Cody. We got to be careful. Boom, they head to the mission. So the mission is that they're going to have to transport some barrels to a distillery all the way across the way. Y'all going to have to cross a river. Y'all going to have to go through a forest. Y'all going to have to come.
Girl, it was giving Dora. Cross the river, through the forest, and up the hill, literally.
So they say there's a bunch of barrels. They're worth
15.
There's 15 barrels. They're worth $10,000. But there were barrels that were worth other Ks.
Yeah. He literally said there are 15 barrels on the course. Each barrel equals 10K.
10K. And I wasn't going to read it because that was a lie.
That was not the case. So
that was a lie.
Only one.
Yeah. So anyways, there were multiple barrels, multiple different sizes, multiple different...
Oh, maybe he's saying it equals up to 10K, but no, they earn more than 10K. So that was just all the way lie.
He just lied. I'm ignoring that. So anyways, but only the barrels that cross the line after 90 minutes will count to their prize pot. There's also, for Kate, Angelica, and Rachel, there are also 3 special barrels that will give people an opportunity to go to the motherfucking barracks, the armory, to have a chance for a shield. This shield will go to one person who ends up getting it if they go to the armory. That will protect them from being voted out. So if you get all 3 of those barrels across, 3 people can go to the armory. If you only get 2, only 2 goes to the armory.
Well, no, he said if they don't get all 3, no one goes. They have to.
If they don't get all
3 armory,
nobody goes
for anyone to go.
He did say that. So, boom. They start pushing the barrels down the motherfucking hill. The barrels seem heavy. It's annoying, but they start off with not too many.
The hill was slanted, bitch. It was a lot going on. It's like a lot of.
I wouldn't want to do it,
but I would not be doing.
And Kate also didn't want to do it. So they get to a river, like the water, and Kate was like, "I would like to be carried."
she said, "Shut up! I'm not taking the barrel."
So, after they pass the river, as they're in the river, they see a barrel that's more than the money they had. They had $1,000 barrel, and now they see like a $2,000 barrel, and they're like, "Damn, it's heavier." Also, Stephanie finds an armory, and Stephanie has a diary room. She says, "I know Rachel's faithful, so I want to help Rachel have the potential to be saved. So we're gonna get these armory barrels, bitch."
And let's run. It's not pre-made.
Literally. So at this point, they drop the 1,000 barrels they had. They pick up the 2,000 barrels. And they're also pushing the armory. So they're pushing it. And then they see there's little $600 barrels sitting around. So people start carrying those. Kate is carrying the $600 ones. She starts picking them up. She's carrying 2 at this point, 2 or 3. So they approach a $5,000 barrel that's bigger Then
Big
the
as
other
fuck.
two bitches, that shit is big as fuck. And it's also next to the 2 other armory barrels.
Mhm.
So at this point, they're trying to debate, are they going to take the armory? Are they not? And Angelica's like, it's a team thing, so we can do what it is. And Rachel's like, we're taking those barrels.
She said, I don't trust nobody. I want the armory pass. I don't know why Angelica even said that. Well, selfishly, I would like to take the armory pass, but if you guys want that, like, girl, fuck that.
Girl, take that armory. And here go Cody, y'all, talking. Well, if y'all want the armory, then y'all push the armory.
It was like Cody wanted to go home. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
He was gone. It's like Cody just said that. But anyway, so Rachel, she's like, well, shit, I'm gonna start rolling it myself.
She said, I will die if I don't care.
If I have to. So Rachel starts rolling it, and Stephanie's trying to help her. Rachel's like, I got it. And Stephanie's like, I just want to help. And she's like, go do something else. He's like, okay, shit, I'm sorry. So they keep rolling, and as they're rolling down the hill, these big ass barrels, Kate's carrying 2 small ones. Mm-hmm. She starts throwing them hoes. She starts tossing them on the ground.
But she warned. The thing is, all the shit she said out loud, because she literally said, I don't want to pass. It'd be a shame if these barrels just start flying down the hill.
Literally.
And that's exactly what she did.
So they approach a 10K barrel. So they're like, we're taking the 5K, the 10K, and the armory. Drop everything else. So that's what they do. Mm-hmm. Then this is when Angelica and Rachel see Kate throwing the motherfucking barrel.
And she's not being sneaky at all. She does it right in front of their face.
Purposely throwing it.
If anyone watched The Mole recently on the Netflix, it's giving Cassie and Joy on the last mission. When she was trying to throw the ice blocks out, like, girl, everyone called her, like, Kate, what are you doing, Kate? And she's like, I'm a liability. So she's like a badass little kid. Like,
she's terrible. So they end up winning. So they win. They get the 15K and they get all the armory, and they start celebrating. And Kate was like, "Oh, I brought something. Oh, actually,
I did it." And he's like, I don't know why people even like. Because people was like, "No, you didn't, Kate." No, you didn't. It's like, why y'all even reply to Kate? Like, Kate is cracked. So there's no reason to give attention to Kate. We all know something is not right up there.
So Alan was like, "Okay, y'all got the armory. So what 3 people are y'all sending?" And they're like, well, for sure, Rachel and Angelica, because they're in danger. But the other person. And
it's like, well, I don't need one. Kate said, I don't want it.
I don't need one.
I want to go home.
And so
they keep trying to gag Kate in her face, and she has to keep her. I don't care. No, you're not gagging me. I don't care.
I want to go
Please
home.
Listen to me. It's okay.
So Ari decides to do it. So the 3 people going to the armory box is Angelica, Rachel, and Ari. So in the car, Rachel tells her car, she's like, Kate didn't do anything. And she just sabotaged us. And everyone's kind of angry at Kate right now because girl literally sabotaged the fuck out of her. Like, literally. She did not do anything. In Cody's car, he's like, y'all, I'm getting a little suspicious of Rachel. Like, I don't know. And Ari kind of agrees a little bit. And then in Kate's car, here go Kate. Rachel gotta go, like, I'm not trying to play y'all. Like, I'm being serious. Like, dead ass, I'm not trying to be a gag. Rachel gotta go. She's the traitor. The shithole traitor. So back at the castle, the blacks talk, y'all. Period. So it's Sari, Quentin, and Shelby. Period. Love this. So they all have a discussion, and Shelby was like, well, we know Kate's not a traitor. But damn, the girl is literally sabotaging us. And this is when Quentin is like, the challenges are going to get more and more hard. This was hard. So do we want Kate there at the end when we have to do a hard ass challenge to get some money?
And it's like, honestly, if I was sitting there with Quentin, I'd be like, you a motherfucking faithful, because he's basically saying that it doesn't matter if she's a faithful, she can go home. It's just like, that should not be the case. That's the thing. Like you haven't got out any traitor at this point, and you're more focused on someone that you know is a faithful. Dumb.
Mm-hmm. So this is when Sari notices that, Cody has heat, but there's potential for people to be pushing Kate. Then we see Stephanie talk to Christian. And in this conversation, Stephanie mentions, I know it's Kate and Cody. I just don't know who the third is. And I don't think it's Rachel, but Cody's probably going to push Rachel. Mm-hmm. This is when Christian says, Cody might be someone.
And I was gagged because I didn't realize that the traitors can vote each other out. Honestly,
Yeah.
I did not
really
recognize that concept until they started doing it. I'm just like, and honestly, I did not like they slip pretty easily. Like they not trying. Oh, like the tide started turning and Nate started turning the fuck with it.
So Christian has a diary. He's like, I'm a team player, but I got to look out for myself first. And Cody laughs. Like
he's becoming a liability. And it's just like, damn. But like to go from all the way, he's a liability to now we have to vote him out. It's just like, damn.
So at the Armory, it's a game of chance. It's Angelica, Ari, and Rachel. Basically, they just have to guess which one the actual shield is in. But they all agreed just not to say anything, because if we say anything, then the Traitors will know who has it, and we don't want the Traitors to know. So we're just not going to say anything. So Angelica goes in, she doesn't get it. Rachel goes in, she doesn't get it. Ari is the one who gets the shield, and it's like, that sucks for y'all.
Like, damn, like, who gives a goddamn?
So Ari gets the shield, but Ari's like, I'm just not going to say anything, so the Traitors don't know. Boom. After this, Cody talks to Quentin, who Quentin really listens to him. And Cody basically just pushes Kate. He's like, it's just making it harder for us to save Kate because she's a liability. He also pushes Rachel. He's like, I'm just not feeling Rachel. I think she's giving traitor. And then Cody has a diary room. He's like, I got to push Rachel and Kate because otherwise it's probably going to be me.
Which I will say, I don't think he necessarily had to push Rachel. I think that ends up kind of hurting him more than it helps him, because a lot of people feel like Rachel is not a traitor. And so I think that makes people feel suspicious of him. And it's like, I don't think, like...
Because Rachel's not a traitor.
Like, honestly, he could have just said on pushing Kate. Like, I think that would have been a better bet. Like, Rachel, it just seemed like out of nowhere, especially because Rachel has felt like he was a traitor and hasn't said shit for real. She is not pushing him. She's more like, she's literally, even though while saying, Cody's the traitor, she wants to go into the round table voting Kate. She does not care. So it's like his best bet would have just been like, honestly, Kate.
Kate it is. Yep. So after this conversation, we see Christian pulls Sari to the side, all the way outside, actually. And he says, Sari, Cody has a lot of heat on him, and I think I'm going to vote Cody tonight. And it's like, ooh.
And honestly, I felt like Sari was on, like, I don't know, I just thought it would be more conversation around it. Like, they basically do not talk further. Like, it's like, he's a liability. Right. And it's like, what the fuck is going to happen? Like, are they really about to vote this man out?
So Sari has a diary room. She's like, it's going to be a very tough vote for me. I'm going to go in. I'm going to be really uneasy about this because I really have to decide what am I going to do. So they're walking towards the round table room. Rachel has a diary room. She's like, I don't see a world where Cody isn't the traitor. He's a puppet master. He just is. Cody has a diary room. He's like, hopefully I can get this vote on Rachel. And we see Sari, she's like, this is going to be tough, babe. So we get to the round table. We start off with Angelica. Angelica was like, I have no idea what I think.
She basically just said she's confused.
I don't know who is the traitor. It's like, okay, girl.
Man, why you spoke first?
Kate talks. She's like, I just feel like fear and greed has turned this castle into a horrible place where I want to be. So I just don't want to be here. So, I just feel like people are going to steal my money and lie in my face. And I just don't like that. And Rachel,
he got Rachel.
Hey, you're just trying to cause confusion. And
it's like, how?
And Kate's like, I'm not. I really don't care.
I don't give a shit.
And I'm telling y'all right now, I'm voting Rachel. Like, that just is what it is. And Rachel was like, but I'm not a traitor. And Kate was like, I don't care. So Ari speaks up. Ari's like, I don't feel like Rachel is a traitor.
Congratulations.
He's like, Cody, I know you think it's her, but she worked really hard for the shield.
And it's like, damn, call Cody out. Like, bitch, nah, they was tagging Cody. They was tagging the fuck out of Cody.
And Cody was like, but why wouldn't she work hard for the shield? And Rachel was like, well, why do you think I'm a traitor, Cody? Cody was like, you're cutthroat. And, that's someone who's able to sleep at night if they're the traitor. And Shelby was like, you are very, very, very competitive. And Grace was like, in the challenge.
And the competition, I'm competitive. Duh.
I'm competitive. But if anyone benefits me, y'all are all just playing Cody's game. Y'all are just all playing for Cody. Y'all are doing everything for Cody if I go home. I don't even know why I'm even an option. I'm confused, bitch. And Cody was like, and Rachel was like, I just feel like it's getting personal, Cody. And Cody was like, it's not getting personal. Does anyone else think this is making it personal? Like, I'm confused. And Stephanie speaks and she's like, well, I don't think it's Rachel. It's what I will say. And Cody was like, I just feel like something's not adding up. Rachel was like, you're not adding up. It's not, it's off.
It's not adding up for you because you're a traitor. Literally. And it's like, honestly, I don't like, Cody was not giving, and that's the real issue. That's why I was so confused. Like, honestly, I literally got confused by the round table because I'm like, why is he pushing Rachel so hard all of a sudden? He really has no concrete evidence other than basically that she's nominated, and it's like that's not a good enough factor, Cody.
And this is when I realized that Quentin just says anything.
Well, I've been realized that. So
this is when I realized because Quentin says, you know what, y'all, Rachel says, she was talking to me and she was like, you know, this is just a game. And when I heard that, I said,
wow,
that's right. Rachel thinks this is just a game.
And it's just like, let's pause on that for a minute. What the fuck else is it, Quentin? Quickly.
Like, I'm convinced.
I've never heard someone try to use that phrase against somebody. This really does just prove that everything Quentin be saying is bullshit. Like, no shade.
Everything Quentin just talks, y'all. Like, this was crazy for me.
I would 100% think Quentin, because like, there's no way I would hear that and I would be like, that makes sense. Like, Quentin do not making sense. He just be connecting shit that has no connector, bitch. Like, at all. So because she said it's just a game, she don't like things personally, that means she's a traitor.
Literally.
And then Rachel shoots back. She's like, well, everyone wants to win.
And Kate was like, I don't. And Rachel was like, well, why do you think I worked so hard to get the shield? And Quentin was like, well, of course you would work that hard. Everybody would work. Well,
and I think that argument is dumb. Like, it depends if you believe how much a person is big brain in the situation. They essentially believe that she will work so hard because she nominated herself and she orchestrated this whole thing. And it's like, y'all are thinking way too much fucking hard in my opinion.
Too hard. None of the people in contention are. Oh, Cody is. Mm-hmm. Baby, Cody is a trash. Focus on him. Quentin was like, well, of course you would do that. Like, I don't know. You would just do that. And this is when Rachel was like, you know, I was the only one going for the barrel, right? Angelica and Kate didn't even give a fuck. And here go Angelica. I never said I didn't care.
It's like, spit up, mamas.
I said what I said.
I said what I said.
Period. So after this, y'all, it gets quiet. Mm-hmm. And Cerise speaks.
Mothery.
Cerise says, you know, I don't think Rachel is a traitor. I also don't think Kate is a traitor. Mm-hmm. And Cody says, who do you think is the traitor? Boom, we end it right there. We end the show right there. Now,
so it's like, is she gonna clock him? Is she gonna... Yeah, it was so good I had to go to the next episode. So I know what happened, y'all. But this is episodes 4 through 6, so I'm not going to say anything. If you want us to discuss and gag and get with the things, tune in tomorrow. We'll be covering episodes 7, 8, and 9 for your viewing pleasure.
Period. Right. Y'all, thank you for tuning in or whatever. Tune in tomorrow, like Lee said, or whatever. And we out. I don't know. Like,